like vomiting, nausea, or loose motion. Severe diarrhea could be there, and sometimes shortness of breath and cough can also be noticed. So, any person who is traveling right now from the outbreak region, any symptom like this, and this is what the self declaration form is meant for, to understand if any symptom of such kind of viral infection, if you're traveling from those areas, just declare that so that proper precautions of isolations can be taken on time and the disease doesn't spread and cause panic in the country. And another one point also I will like to highlight here, it doesn't spread through human to human, just like coronavirus did. So a lot of question comes in whenever such viruses come into action, that are we going to have a global pandemic like just like we had with coronavirus? So the answer is not panicking right now, but yes, the virus doesn't spread through air. It's not an airborne virus. It's spread through contact, through infected body secretions as such, through close contact. It's how it's spread to.
Absolutely, a very important point. In fact, if I could just reiterate what you said, Doctor, there, that it is not like COVID and it does not spread through air like COVID does. I'll in fact just come to it in a minute, Doctor, but my second follow-up question here has to be, now what steps must be taken in case one turns out to be symptomatic or symptoms do appear?
So there has to be somebody who's traveling from outbreak affected areas. This is very important because this is right now a zonal defined virus, zone defined virus. So if somebody is traveling from that area having some symptoms like of viral
We seem to have lost our line there with Dr. Baidia, but as Dr. Baidia was pointing out very importantly, viewers, we must note that Ebola and COVID are different, and unlike COVID, Ebola does not spread through air to air, as the doctor was mentioning. Meanwhile, we shift our focus to the West, where for viewers, for decades together, let me tell you, the path for top Indian tech talent was clear. Move to America, secure an H-1B, and then, of course, wait for a green card. But you see, earlier this month, that's May 2026, that path has turned into an endless bureaucratic nightmare. And I'm saying this with all accountability. While professionals like Ishani Balla are taking to LinkedIn to share the exhausting realities of navigating relentless immigration challenges, a powerful counterwave is also now rising. You see, elite engineers are choosing to pack their bags and head back home. Look at platform architect Siddharth Pai. He's one such example. You see, after 5 years building systems for the likes of GE Healthcare, JP Morgan, and even Walmart in the US, he returned to India this March. Instead of waiting out a broken system, Siddharth launched Sahasranshu to build indigenous sovereign technology platforms aligned with Bharat's national security. To understand this sheer resilience and the frustration as well of those still holding on in the United States, let's cross over to the ongoing immigration debate. Joining us now, senior Microsoft engineer Ishani B. She joins us from California. Ishani, thank you so much for taking out the time. See, you entered the H-1B lottery server 7 times over 6 years, let me correct myself, without a single win. Ishani, how did you carry that constant threat of displacement impact and, the sheer upheaval in your career through these years?
It was very challenging. It was 7 tries. Some years it was multiple lotteries, and it was challenging, like not knowing what's going to happen the next year was I was living under the constant threat of, oh, I need to like do something different. What should I do next with my career? But over the years, like first couple of years, it was really challenging. But third year onwards, I kind of let it sit at the back burner and I focused more on my career, seeing what I can do, build as an AI engineer, and continue working through my building my profile in a manner that I am indispensable wherever I go. And giving up is easy. That's something I realized over this course of 7 years. The people who think that, oh, why didn't you give up? Why didn't you just take the easy route? Giving up was the easy route, in my opinion. And I wanted to see things through. I wanted to see what my career path is going to look like, what I can do with my career. So it was tormenting multiple days. It was not easy. But at the end, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Ishani. While many like Ishani viewers, they choose to fight the system, tech titans like Zoho, Sridhar, Vembu, well, they're openly celebrating the massive influx of elite talent returning back home to India. Now, the shifting dynamic is turning a historical brain drain into a domestic brain gain, fueling Bharat's deep tech revolution. For a first-hand look at what it means to bring elite engineering discipline back to Indian soil, we are now, in fact, joined by the founder of SES Ranchu, Siddharth Pai. Siddharth, thank you so much, needless to say, for joining us. Siddharth, you see, you walked away from elite roles at Walmart and the likes of JP Morgan to build back in India. What was the exact breaking point in the US immigration race that, in fact, made you realize that your skills were better spent on India's sovereign technology?
Yeah, I graduated from a US university and I was on F1 visa. So my employers had filed for the H1B 3 times. So because of the backlog of because of the number of sheer applicants, it was not picked up in the each of the 3 times in the lottery. So I could have applied for other visa and I could have extended my stay or done a higher education. I chose back because there is better opportunity being a founder in India than being a regular employee in the US. So I feel the effort, sheer number of wait time, you could see the EB1, EB2 wait time ranges from like 5 years to up to 15 to 20 years.
Right.
It is better to build in India and do work for Atmanirbhar Bharat than being like nobody in the US. You don't know when you can be sent back, based on the various complexities that are involved in the visa process and other bureaucracy, like recent adjustment of status. You need to go back to your home country
Right,
before
Siddharth.
filing for I-485 and others. Yeah.
So that's a very important point you raised here. It's better to come back and build for India, to build for Bharat. My second question to you, and if you could answer that quickly, how critical is it for India's national security that returning tech leaders like you, they focus on building indigenous strategic platforms rather than standard consumer appliances or applications at that?
If you look at any more of the technology, I am today attempting to build something related to Indian defense related problem, just like you mentioned on maritime security. There is some challenges by IDEX, by Defense Ministry that has posed. I am trying to address, working on some of those things. But like in India, like we need to build our own technology. Look at China. They have built from the semiconductor to AI layer to data layer to
Absolutely.
application layer. Every layer they have strong companies. Like we need the top talent, just like in China that happened maybe 2 decades ago. The US PhDs returned to India and so returned to China and built the great companies. So similarly, there is an opportunity now in India, just like Sridhar Vembu said, including himself. He had a
Right.
Princeton PhD. He returned back to India and built a billion-dollar company. So there is more opportunity now to build in India, make in India, for the US talent. And even the ecosystem is very mature today. Any engineer who is like 22-year-old can raise $1 million easily these days.
Understood. Absolutely, Siddharth. And once again, thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us on this broadcast. So viewers, there you have it. Two different professionals, two parts of green card and two entirely different viewpoints. But you know what's same? The bottom line remains the same, viewers. And it's as clear as daylight. As the American dream faces a bureaucratic dead end, the battle lines of global tech are shifting. You see, whether fighting the system in Silicon Valley or even building sovereign platforms back home, as Siddharth was just mentioning, India's brightest minds, you see, are now redefining the future of global innovation. They might be in the US, they might be in India, but they're not changing to redefine global innovation. And viewers, on that note, it's time we step into a short break. Much more lineup on the other side. We'll be right back.
With Post Office Over 50s life cover, enjoy peace of mind knowing your family will receive a guaranteed payout when you're gone. UK resident 50 to 80, your guaranteed acceptance. No health checks and from just £1.15 a week. Plus free 24/7 GP access with the health and wellbeing benefit. Purchase and receive an amazon.co.uk, M&S or dining out gift card worth £125. Call Post Office on 0800 171 2211.
I urgently need to ask for your help on behalf of animals at risk right now.
With the pandemic came a surge in pet ownership. And sadly, we're now seeing a serious rise in neglect, cruelty and abuse. Our services are being stretched to the limit. To make matters worse, our costs are soaring too. But we refuse to let animals suffer. So please, act now to help rescue the growing number of animals who've never needed us more. Please call or text the number on screen now to give £2 a month to the RSPCA. In one of the toughest times we have ever experienced, your gift will make all the difference to animals. You could help provide more life-saving treatment, food, shelter, and the loving care that many have never known.
We know there are millions of you who, like us, care deeply and won't stand by while animals are suffering.
We have to reach those trapped in a life of abuse and neglect before it's too late. Because for many, the RSPCA is their only hope. But we can only come to the rescue with the support of people like you. So please, will you help us be there no matter what? Call 0800 313 4392 or text RSPCA to 78866 to start your monthly gift today. Thank you.
AutoSerge automatically checks for ways to save on your car and home insurance, so the hard work is done for you. The Compare the Market app, the simplest way to save.
Unexpected expense? Drafty's got your back. Borrowing £100 for a month costs less than £6. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
This summer, take on the 1 Million Step Challenge for Diabetes UK. Just over 10,000 steps a day, 3 months, one life-changing challenge. Step for a happier, healthier you. Step for your loved ones. Step for everyone affected by diabetes. From the 1st of July, pound the pavement. And every pound you raise will help fund life-changing research and support. Because when you move, we move for everyone living with diabetes. So sign up for the 1 Million Step Challenge. Just search Step for Diabetes and take that life-changing first step today.
Welcome back, viewers. But you know what? We're not the only ones who are back. What's also back is the sharp focus on India's borders. And this comes at a time when infiltration and drone smuggling remain major security concerns. That's right. You see, the centre is moving to tighten the security grid across both the western and the eastern frontiers. To that end, Union Minister Amit Shah has now begun an extensive four-state border security tour in what is being seen as a major review of India's overall border preparedness and surveillance architecture. The very focus of this tour is tightening surveillance, boosting coordination and accelerating India's push towards smart borders. Shah's four-state tour will cover Rajasthan, Gujarat, Tripura and West Bengal. The visit comes amid rising concerns over infiltration, smuggling, drone activity and illegal migration across India's western and eastern flanks or borders as they're called. The first stop is Bikaner in Rajasthan. Shah will visit the BSF's Sanchu border post near the India-Pakistan border, interact with Jawans and virtually inaugurate new barracks for women personnel. Then on the 29th of May, the Home Minister travels to Gujarat's Bhuj. Its a key focus here will be the Run of Kutch. It's a difficult marshy terrain that has historically seen infiltration and smuggling attempts. And next month, Shah heads east. In Tripura, he will review surveillance and infrastructure along the 856-kilometer India-Bangladesh border. And then there's West Bengal. The focus is expected to remain on infiltration, cattle smuggling and human trafficking. Now, Shah's tour comes alongside the government's ambitious Smart Border project. The plan aims to transform nearly 6,000 kilometers of India's borders using advanced technology. Now, this includes drones for alien surveillance, underground fiber sensors to detect movement. There's also AI-powered systems capable of distinguishing between human intrusion, animal movement, and, well, weather disturbances. The goal is building a near real-time, technology-driven security grid across India's borders.
सिर्फ सीमाओं की सुरक्षा कर हम देश की सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित नहीं कर सकते। हमने क्षेत्रीय सुरक्षा का राज्य सरकारों के साथ रहकर चिंता भी करना पड़ेगा और वो जिम्मेदारी का निर्वहन भी करना पड़ेगा। हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि सीमा से नजदीक 50 किलोमीटर के किसी भी गांव में कोई अवैध निर्माण होता है तो हम सिविल प्रशासन को सूचित करें, कलेक्टर को सूचित करें, एसपी को सूचित करें। हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि 50 किलोमीटर की बॉर्डर तक के सभी गांवों में जनसांख्यिकी का परिवर्तन हो रहा है, कृत्रिम परिवर्तन हो रहा है, तो उसके प्रति सजग रहकर राज्य सरकार को आगाह करें।
Well, the Home Minister laid it out there, viewers. You see, as India faces evolving threats from both the western and eastern frontiers, the centre's message is clear. Border security is now entering a high-tech, high-surveillance era. And that was underlined by that fiery speech coming out of India's Home Minister, Amit Shah. Look at your screen, viewers. This chilling surveillance footage captures the terrifying final seconds of an innocent life cut short. A masked gunman storms a local convenience store, cornering a helpless worker. As she desperately attempts to escape behind the counter, the suspect ruthlessly tracks her down, firing multiple rounds at point-blank range. It's no movie scene. This is the fatal reality of America's unchecked gun epidemic playing right on your television screens, full frame. The victim has been identified as 45-year-old Meghna Ben Patel. She's a native of Chantral village in Gujarat's Mehsana district. You see, she'd been working at this same Virginia store for the past 10 years, sending support back home to her family, which is in need. While thousands of Indian professionals focus on securing visa queues, their families back home are confronting a much darker crisis, viewers: physical survival. Meghna's sudden murder during this alleged armed robbery has plunged her hometown into absolute shock. And the numbers paint a horrifying picture of a national emergency. You see, verified data confirms that over 44,000 Americans lose their lives to firearms every year. That's the most recently publicly available report, by the way, which we just put out in front of you. More than 44,000 lives lost in 2024 to gun violence alone. Now, this means one person is shot dead every 12 minutes in the United States. Furthermore, security intelligence explicitly ranks standard retail spaces like the supermarket we saw and also gas stations as the most vulnerable targets for commercial robbery. Now, for the diaspora, routine work shifts have effectively transformed into active war zones. As the American gun pandemic, viewers, it turns into a standard supermarket into death traps. The ultimate cost of chasing a life abroad is coming under intense fire. And well, for millions of families watching from back home, there's just absolutely no amount of dollar success in the world which is worth a life cut tragically short. Shifting our gears, at the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in New Delhi, at the recently concluded Quad Foreign Ministers meeting, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, well, he struggled with malfunctioning headphones. Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi lightened the mood by instantly quipping, and I'm quoting him here, by the way, "I thought you understand Japanese," which drew laughter from diplomats in the room. We leave you with these visuals. News and updates continue on the other side.
Do you understand Japanese?
You're working on my the headphone back here. You got it? Okay, thank you.
I thought you understand Japanese.
You're going to have to start over. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Do you understand Japanese?
You're working on my the headphone back here. You got it? Okay, thank you.
I thought you understand Japanese.
You're going to have to start over. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
This is Zena. She had such a difficult start in life. It took a lot of time and care, but thankfully, she's happy and healthy now, with a loving home for life. You can adopt Zena today with the Donkey Sanctuary. And there are lots more lovely donkeys to choose from. Take Walter. He's so playful. He loves to chase his favourite ball. Or Ashley, such a fun-loving donkey. Or calm and confident Drizzle. Adopting a donkey costs from £4 a month. Adopt today and you'll help save donkeys all over the world from abuse and neglect. You'll love your adoption pack with gorgeous pictures of your new donkey friend, and we'll send you more great updates throughout the year. Call 0800 038 1948, visit adoptadonkey.org.uk or text ADOPT9 to 78866. Adopt today from £4 a month and help many more donkeys in desperate need find the love and care they deserve. Thank you.
It feels good knowing that your future's in hand. Evlo can offer you a loan from £1,000 to £15,000, whether it's for home improvements, new appliances, a car, or for some of life's big moments. So even if you've had problems with credit before, Evlo looks beyond your credit score and always takes a case-by-case approach. Visit evlo.co.uk to get your conditional decision in minutes. Evlo, your future in your hands.
Championing women is at the heart of ActionAid, standing side by side with women like Gloria, who fled conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo to find refuge in Uganda.
Gloria, man atie oring lueny.
And Leocadia, who fled the war in Ukraine to find safety in Poland.
Меня зовут Леокадия, а еще я бежен.
1 in 67 people have been forcibly displaced from their homes, and women and girls are often amongst the most vulnerable. With ActionAid support, Gloria trained as a tailor and inspired others to follow. And Leocadia created a cooking academy to help other refugees earn an income. ActionAid works with women-led organisations to provide vital support to refugee women and girls. Call the number on screen now to give £3 a month. You can provide women with the tools they need to rebuild their lives, empower their community, and find hope after crisis. From Uganda to Poland, different countries, same determination.
Помогаем от первого шага, это гуманитарная помощь, до тех пор, пока не встанет на ноги.
Come on, we e.
Stand with women, across borders, side by side. Call now on 0800 035 5605 or visit our website to give £3 a month to ActionAid. Thank you.
Well, hello and welcome to the World Report with me, Arjun, Samar, Mahendra and viewers. Let's take a look at what's making headlines this Tuesday. West Asia viewers, it's once again on the brink of an all-out escalation. You see, the US has carried out what it calls self-defense strikes inside Iran, targeting sites in the country's south. While explosions have also now been reported from Bandar Abbas, it's a key Iranian port city. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has issued a fresh warning to Tehran, saying Iran's uranium, well, it must be handed over to the US or destroyed completely. Meanwhile, at the same time, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to hit Hezbollah even harder, raising fears that the conflict could very well spread across the entire region once again. Now, viewers, the tension around the US-Iran talks mostly pertain to Tehran's nuclear program. Meanwhile, this report tells you more. A high-stakes nuclear showdown is unfolding between Washington and Tehran. And at the heart of the storm, a nearly weapons-grade uranium. US President Donald Trump is now pushing what appears to be his final ultimatum to Iran: surrender and destroy the enriched uranium stockpile or face the possibility of renewed military action. According to reports, Trump's team is considering two pathways for disposing of Iran's enriched uranium. Option 1, Iran transfers the uranium out of the country, possibly to nations like Russia, Turkey or China, before it is ultimately neutralized. Option 2, Iran keeps the material on its soil but dilutes it into what Trump dramatically called nuclear dust. Iran holds highly enriched uranium, material that experts suggest is just one step away from making Tehran a nuclear power. While the US demands its complete disposal, Iran is reportedly far from committing to such a deal. A nuclear deal and a ticking diplomatic clock. Trump says it will either be a great deal or no deal at all. And the fate of Iran's enriched uranium could decide whether the region steps back from the brink or slides into an even bigger conflict. Bureau Report, NDTV World. Well, we keep our focus on West Asia, viewers. You see, US President Donald Trump is once again pushing for a dramatic shift in Middle East diplomacy. He's linking a potential Iran peace deal to a wider expansion of the Abraham Accords. But why the Abraham Accords are back in focus? Where in the latest, Pakistan has now rejected signing the Abraham Accords after Trump's directive, becoming the first country to openly reject this proposal. So why do several Muslim majority nations still remain cautious about joining the Accords? Well, this report gets you all you need to know.
US President Donald Trump is pushing for a dramatic new Middle East order. He has told several Arab and Muslim countries that if a deal to end the Iran war is achieved, then he wants their nations to join Abraham Accords. From Saudi Arabia to Pakistan, from Qatar to Turkey, the push could reshape the region's diplomatic map. Taking to Truth Social, Trump said, discussions with leaders from Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Pakistan, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan and Bahrain had convinced him that it should be mandatory for most of them to join the US-brokered diplomatic framework to normalize ties with Israel, the Abraham Accords. The move signals Trump's attempt to reshape the post-Iran war Middle East by linking security agreements, economic partnerships, and diplomatic recognition of Israel into one regional framework. However, the proposal has once again pushed the Abraham Accords into global focus, raising questions about what the agreements actually are, why the United States of America sees them as a strategically important one, and why many Muslim nations remain reluctant to openly embrace them despite growing regional engagement with Israel. So what are Abraham Accords? It is a series of diplomatic normalization agreements between Israel and several Muslim majority countries brokered by the US during Trump's presidential term in 2020, his first term. Before the Abraham Accords, most Arab and Muslim countries refused to recognize Israel, and that is solely because of their support for an independent Palestinian state. However, the Abraham Accords changed that very equation. The Accords represented a major diplomatic push because they reduced its isolation in Middle East without requiring a resolution to the Palestinian conflict. But the question is, why is Trump bringing it now? Trump's latest remarks come as the United States of America continues negotiations with Iran following months of regional conflict with Iran. He described the accord as a financial, economic, and social boom. Not only that, in a surprising suggestion, he said that Iran itself could eventually join the accords after reaching an agreement with Washington, D.C. However, many Muslim nations are reluctant in joining the Abraham Accords. The biggest reason is the Palestinian issue. Many of them believe recognizing Israel without first securing Palestinian statehood weakens the Palestinian cause. The ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict and civilian casualties in Gaza have further complicated efforts to expand the accords. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Iran, Qatar, and Turkey, all these countries have strictly refused to normalize ties with Israel without a Palestinian issue. As of now, a total of 6 countries have officially recognized or joined the Abraham Accords. This includes US, Israel, and 4 other countries, which are UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. For now, the Abraham Accords remain both a major diplomatic breakthrough and one of the most divisive geopolitical experiments in modern Middle East. Bureau Report, NDTV.
And we keep our focus on the West Asia crisis, where Jerusalem remains at the very center of global attention amid the escalating crisis around the region. Reporting from a ridge overlooking the Al-Aqsa Mosque, viewers in the Western Wall as well. NDTV's Aishwarya Jain captures just how rising regional tensions, heightened security and also fears of a wider confrontation are once again putting the holy city in sharp focus. Now, the story highlights the very intersection of faith, geopolitics and also conflict in one of the world's most sensitive regions. Here's a report.
Well, right behind me is the most sensitive and symbolic landscapes in the world. I am right behind the skyline of Jerusalem. And just behind me, I can see churches, mosques, the Western Wall. And the city has huge faiths as far as Islam, Christians, and Judaism is concerned. It has seen in the recent past the missile alerts, the attacks from different fronts, and also people getting injured in Jerusalem. If we have been told there was a missile fallout. And certainly, as we are witnessing these visuals from Jerusalem, even during periods of military escalation, the city remains heavily guarded because any disturbances around these religious landmarks carries enormous political and emotional consequences far beyond Israel as well. What we have seen so far while reporting from Israel, as far as speaking to the Israeli Defense Forces soldiers, to the people of Israel, to also the leaders of Israel as well, that they want peace. And United States have stated that they are largely negotiating a peace deal with Iran as well. But here in Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated that we will not bow down if anyone attacks our northern borders or the southern borders as well. And we want a complete shutdown as far as the nuclear capabilities of Iran is concerned. The United States, on the other side, has been saying that the Strait of Hormuz should be open. What will be panning out in the upcoming few months or days, we'll be bringing you all the latest updates from Jerusalem in Israel as we are reporting closely on the West Asia conflict. This is Aishwarya Jain reporting with video journalist Xavier Thomas for NDTV in Jerusalem, Israel.
Well, viewers, with that, we shift our focus, a regional focus, should I say, but we remain with geopolitical stability, which has in fact also been fractured as China is launching back-to-back military patrols, sending 21 fighter jets and also warships into Taiwan's defense zone. Just earlier today, that's on Tuesday. Now, this massive escalation follows the deployment of over 100 Chinese vessels across the first island chain. Well, what did this do? It forced Taiwan's military to scramble fighter jets and also to activate its missile defense systems just last week. Let's quickly take a look at this wall next to me to trace how this dangerous crisis unfolded over the last 7 days. We start with the 20th of May right here. You see, on the 20th of May, Donald Trump sparked intense diplomatic anxieties by publicly calling Taiwan's sovereignty the Taiwan problem. Now, it was a controversial statement that immediately shifted geopolitical discourse and also, well, it triggered widespread alarms across the political factions in Taipei. We move on to the 21st now. This is the day when Taiwan scrambled fighter jets initially to intercept and deter multiple Chinese military aircraft which were crossing the median line. This forced air bases into high alert, and also pilots performed defensive maneuvers against these incursions on the 21st. Now, the following day, on the 22nd of May, that is, China again deploys over 100 naval, Coast Guard and even research vessels to encircle the entire first island chain. Now, this is an unprecedented naval buildup that also, by the way, triggered emergency tracking measures by Taiwan's National Security Council. We move on to the 23rd of May now, when China's Liaoning aircraft carrier group, it entered the Western Pacific to project strategic force. And this created a massive warship movement that, at the end, intensified regional anxieties over a potential naval blockade even. We move on to the 24th, where a tense maritime standoff finally erupted near the vital Taiwan-controlled Pratas Island in the South China Sea, where viral audio captured the Taiwanese Coast Guard warning Chinese vessels against destroying regional peace. On the 25th, Taiwan activated advanced land-based missile defense tracking systems to monitor hostile incoming trajectories. It synchronized its radar networks just as Chinese forces, well, they launched their first weekly combat patrol. And finally, earlier on Tuesday, on the 26th of May, China launched a second massive combat patrol wave, sending 21 fighter jets and also warships into Taiwan zone. Now, this forced the Taiwanese military to deploy naval vessels and anti-ship missile systems to monitor the threat. Now, viewers, with over 100 warships encircling the island, this 7-day surge has just pushed the region, well, back into absolute edge. This comes as both militaries remain locked at peak readiness. Well, the world is only watching and waiting to see who blinks first next. We take you to Eurasia, where Russia has issued a chilling warning threatening systematic strikes on Kyiv and urging all foreigners, including diplomats, to leave immediately. Now, this follows one of the war's heaviest bombardments of the Ukrainian capital, killing 2 and injuring 91. with Moscow firing nuclear-capable Orishnik hypersonic missiles near the city. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar announced on Tuesday the signing of a landmark bilateral framework between India and the United States to secure supplies of critical minerals and also rare earth minerals in that. Now, this framework was signed following the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in New Delhi that concluded just hours ago.
We are today signing a bilateral India-US framework on securing of supply of mining and processing of critical minerals and rare earths. This is something which we have also discussed today at the Quad meeting, and whether we're doing it bilaterally, whether we're doing it as a Quad format, or in fact as a larger gathering of like-minded nations, it is clearly something very timely, something very important, something very critical.
But you heard the External Affairs Ministers. Then, on the other hand, the Foreign Ministers released a joint statement affirming support for a free and open Indo-Pacific while also flagging perpetual tensions in the South China Sea. The statement read, and I'm quoting here, "We reiterate a strong opposition to any destabilizing or unilateral actions, including by force or coercion, that threaten peace and stability in the region." Shifting our focus, the Ebola outbreak in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, or the DRC, is intensifying as health officials warn that food insecurity, public mistrust and even funding shortages are undermining containment efforts. The World Food Programme said many residents are leaving quarantine zones to search for food. This is raising the risk of further infections in crowded markets. The WHO, meanwhile, Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus has said that the outbreak has now exceeded 900 suspected cases and more than 220 suspected deaths linked to the rare strain of Ebola.
Prends un exemple, il y a des mesures sanitaires qui proposent que les gens soient contenus dans des zones. Mais si ces personnes ne sont pas assistées alimentairement, ils vont pas rester dans les zones de contentement. Ils vont sortir de ces zones et ils vont aller chercher de la nourriture. Ils vont devoir aller dans les marchés et en passant dans les marchés, ils peuvent contaminer d'autres personnes.
India has also stepped up Ebola preparedness measures across the country after the WHO declared the ongoing outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. With Health Minister J.P. Nadda reviewing surveillance and response mechanisms across the country amid global concerns over the spread of the virus. Officials say no Ebola case has been reported in India so far, but the centre has intensified monitoring and preparedness as a precautionary measure. Amid rising tensions and escalating hostilities in the West Asia region, ensuring foolproof security for millions of pilgrims remains Saudi Arabia's biggest challenge during Hajj. NDTV World's Mohammad Ghazali reports straight from Mecca.
At a time when situation in the West Asia is escalating, what the Saudi authorities have ensured that this annual pilgrimage of Hajj should be security proof. There should not be any issue as far as security is concerned for the pilgrims who are traveling from different parts of the world, converging here in the holy city of Mecca. And the Hajj is not just confined to the visit to Mecca or to the Grand Mosque in Mecca, but pilgrims, usually most of them, love to visit the city of Medina as well. You can see this is the kind of equipments, the drones used by the Saudi security forces to ensure that not that the boots are on the ground, but there are eyes in the sky as well. And that is why you see this kiosk explaining that how the security forces in Saudi Arabia have kept a strong eye. Every area seems to be under their cover. Everything is under their watch. You will see these marches of the security forces. This is their control room as well, from where they monitor not just Mecca, not just the Grand Mosque in Mecca or the Kaaba, but the premises of Masjid al-Nabwi, which is the holy mosque in Medina as well.
Over the West, viewers, India and Canada have signalled renewed momentum in bilateral trade negotiations, with Canadian PM Mark Carney highlighting a renewed push for free trade deal between Ottawa and New Delhi. Now, the remarks by the Canadian Prime Minister came after he met Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal, who is in fact on a visit to Canada. You see, more than 100 senior business representatives from India's mining, energy and automotive sectors have also accompanied Goyal. It's a team New Delhi says is the largest ever business delegation to the country. And well, with that, it's time we step into a short break. News and updates continue on the right side. We'll be right back.
With retirement round the corner, I want to spend more time with my family and less time worrying about the numbers. Which reminds me.
Welcome to British Seniors, the UK's #1 rated provider of over 50s life insurance.
Hi, I'd like a quick quote.
No problem. We're proud to offer our seniors lifetime guarantee. With 100% of claims having been paid, we guarantee your premiums will never go up and that you'll speak to one of our specialists in the UK. UK residents aged 50 to 80 are guaranteed to be accepted.
Depending on your age, your loved ones can get a cash payout up to £10,000 when you pass away.
And that money could help with funeral costs or even as a gift for the grandkids. I'll do it.
Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive a £135 gift card and free 24/7 GP advice and health services.
You got them all right. That's amazing.
Be proud to protect your loved ones with British Seniors. To get a free quote today, call our UK team on 0800 977 5808 or visit britishseniors.co.uk.
I urgently need to ask for your help on behalf of animals at risk right now.
With the pandemic came a surge in pet ownership. And sadly, we're now seeing a serious rise in neglect, cruelty and abuse. Our services are being stretched to the limit. To make matters worse, our costs are soaring too. But we refuse to let animals suffer. So please, act now to help rescue the growing number of animals who've never needed us more. Please call or text the number on screen now to give £2 a month to the RSPCA. In one of the toughest times we have ever experienced, your gift will make all the difference to animals. You could help provide more life-saving treatment, food, shelter, and the loving care that many have never known.
We know there are millions of you who, like us, care deeply and won't stand by while animals are suffering.
We have to reach those trapped in a life of abuse and neglect before it's too late. Because for many, the RSPCA is their only hope. But we can only come to the rescue with the support of people like you. So please, will you help us be there no matter what? Call 0800 313 4392 or text RSPCA to 78866 to start your monthly gift today. Thank you.
Unexpected expense? Drafty's got your back. Borrowing £100 for a month costs less than £6. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
You want broadband that does more than keep up, so switch to EE, the UK's fastest growing broadband provider today and get ultra-reliable full fibre for only £27.99 a month, so nothing gets in the way of your browsing, gaming or working. And EE is the only major provider who'll give you up to £300 to switch.
Welcome back, viewers. Now we shift our gaze to Latin America, where Bolivian President Rodrigo Paz has announced plans to cut his salary, in fact, and those of his ministers by half or 50% on Monday, as nationwide protests and roadblocks intensified across the country. Authorities reported 54 blockade points, most of them in capital La Paz, where protesters are in fact demanding Paz's resignation. They clashed with riot police amid worsening food and fuel shortages and also soaring prices across the country. Now, Paz has also announced tax relief for informal workers and cabinet changes. However, major unions have rejected dialogue talks. 4 deaths, meanwhile, have also been linked to the unrest, while former President Evo Morales has called for new elections as political tensions, well, they're only deepening with each and every passing day. The UK broke its own record on Monday for the hottest temperature recorded in the month of May. This after a heat wave has been declared in several parts of the country. Residents and tourists sought relief at beaches, parks in search for shade on holidays as temperatures hit 33.5 degrees Celsius at London's Heathrow Airport. By the way, breaking the previous record of 32.8 degrees Celsius, which was set back in 1922 and matched again well in 1944. The UK Health Security Agency, meanwhile, has issued the first Amber Alert of this year, warning of a rise in deaths, particularly among the elderly, at the hottest times of the day. Over in Western Europe, Spain has announced their 26-man squad for the 2026 World Cup. And well, in a striking move, not a single Real Madrid player has made it to the squad or made the cut. coach Luis de Fuente has named teenage sensation Lamine Yamal despite ongoing fitness doubts, expressing full confidence that the youngster will be ready for Spain's opener against Cape Verde on the 15th of June. Defenders Don Hugison and Danny Carvajal were both left out as Spain prepares to defend their Euro 2024 Cup and go deep into the Summer's World Cup as one of the tournament's leading favourites. Well, we stay with the World Cup, the alarm bells of whom are in fact ringing for Argentina as Lionel Messi was forced off during Inter Miami's MLS victory over Philadelphia Union on Sunday, clutching his left hamstring with the World Cup just 3 weeks out. You see, club tests on Monday confirmed muscle fatigue and overload in the hamstring with no clear returning timeline given. Messi, meanwhile, is expected to lead defending champions Argentina against Algeria on the 16th of June in what could very well be his 6th and final World Cup. And well, with that, viewers, it's time we step into a short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Don't you go anywhere.
Ezekiel and his little brother Joseph both have cataracts that cloud their vision. Knowing how tough life with cataracts can be, Ezekiel is worried about his little brother.
Jisikia huzuni kwa sababu naye angekuwa anaona angefanikiwa kwa maisha yake. Sasa maisha yake atakuwa duni kulingana na uoni wake hafifu.
These brothers are needlessly facing a lifetime with cataracts, all because the straightforward operation they need is beyond the family's reach. Could you help us support more families like Joseph and Ezekiel's so they can have the surgery that will save their sight? Call 0800 035 7839, text Site 8 to 78866 or visit sightsavers.tv to donate £2 a month. Help children and young people dreaming of a life without sight loss to finally get the treatment they need.
Today, there's some excited postcode lottery winners waiting to find out how much they've won.
Excited, quite emotional actually.
How are you going to spend the money?
On myself, of course.
He's coming! For a chance to win a share of £20.8 million, sign up to Postcode Lottery's June draws before midnight on the 31st of May. Is your door in the draw?
Oh my goodness.
With O2, pick up the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with the world's first privacy display. Plus, claim Galaxy Buds 4 worth £159. And with O2 Satellite, you can stay connected in more places than ever before. O2, essential for living.
Pets. Cute, but pricey. For unexpected moments, Drafty's got your back. Drafty Flex is like a handy pot of cash when you need it, with credit up to £3,000 and money sent to your bank in 90 seconds. Borrowing £100 for 30 days costs under £6. Be prepared for the unexpected with Drafty. Good boy. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
Mr. Q! At Mr. Q Bingo, we tell it how it is. When players win, they love Q. When players lose, they hate Q. Oh dear. They love Q. Oh, he's not happy. They hate Q. Oh, love Q. Hate Q. Love Q. Oh no, hate Q. It'll grow back. Mr. Q, bingo you love to hate. We kind of love that.
Hello and welcome to India Global with me, Arjun Samar Mahindran. Viewers, here's the stories we are tracking this Tuesday. Massive news from New Delhi. Quad moves from just a dialogue to full-on delivery as the New Delhi summit ends with mega action push. From maritime surveillance to energy security framework, series of initiatives launched. As Ebola outbreak triggers global health concerns, India's health minister chairs special meeting to review preparedness. Meanwhile, India's DGCA unveils SoPs to strengthen surveillance. Dozens of airlines asked to ensure mandatory screening and disinfection. US green card overhaul upends decades of legal immigration. Indian professionals share exhausting realities of navigating relentless immigration changes. We deconstruct immigration nightmare with two Indian engineers. Special conversations lined up ahead of the show. And India tightens its border security grid. That's right. Home Minister Amit Shah begins four-state border tour aimed at reviewing India's security preparedness. And on to our lead story this Tuesday, viewers. You see, the Quad is no longer just a talking shop. From a forum built around shared concerns, it's now a full-fledged forum that's focusing on shared action. That's right. Now, this is underlining message from this year's Quad Summit in New Delhi. You see, this year's Quad Summit in New Delhi marked a clear shift. It was a shift from just dialogue to delivery. Now, this came as the four nations moved to operationalize cooperation across security, energy, supply chains, and of course, the Indo-Pacific. At the very heart of the discussion was maritime security, critical minerals, energy supply chains, and strategic coordination in the almost very important Indo-Pacific strategic region. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio described the Quad as a forum of four strategic allies. Not only this, he also added that the grouping was evolving into a platform that does not just discuss challenges, but takes action and takes these challenges head on. First up, let's just listen into what Rubio said, and then we'll discuss the key takeaways.
And so today, I think we'll make even further progress on operationalizing our relationship, on the areas that we can cooperate on. And by the way, the most interesting thing about the Quad is not simply that it is a gathering of four strategic allies in which we come together to sort of compare notes about areas of common interest, but also, and it not only is it increasingly becoming a forum by which we need to take action, but each of these four nations represented here today.
Well, you heard the US Secretary of State there. Now, on to the big takeaways straight up, viewers. You see, the Quad announced a series of concrete initiatives aimed at turning strategic India into real-world coordination. Now, the grouping will launch a new critical minerals framework along with an energy security initiative. These are aimed at ensuring stable and reliable energy supplies among member countries at a time of global market disruptions, the likes of we've been seeing over the past couple of months or so. On maritime security, well, the Quad unveiled the Indo-Pacific Maritime Surveillance Cooperation Initiative. It will integrate the surveillance capabilities of all four countries to boost information sharing across the region. And lastly, let's talk about the Indo-Pacific Maritime Domain Awareness Initiative. Well, this will also be expanded in a move aimed at tracking illegal activities, improving sea lane security, and of course, enhancing real-time coordination between the four countries. But that's not all. The summit also saw strong messaging through joint statements. Dr. S. Jaishankar delivered a sharp message on terrorism, saying there must be, and I'm quoting him here, zero tolerance for terror. And well, that nations facing terror attacks have the right to defend themselves in comments widely seen as a messaging to Pakistan. Meanwhile, Australia's Penny Wong warned of growing economic stress across the region, particularly the impact of the West Asia crisis. Japan's Foreign Minister Toimitsu Motegi also emphasized the need to ensure safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz and also called for diplomatic efforts to restore peace and stability in West Asia. We get you more.
There must be zero tolerance for terrorism, and nations subject to terrorist attacks have the right to defend themselves. A free and open Indo-Pacific has many dimensions and facets. Our meeting today took stock of the progress in many of them, while encouraging exploration in others.
The region is facing acute economic stress. We know the world is more unpredictable. We know economic volatility is increasing, and we know the consequences for our region of the Iranian closure of the Strait of Hormuz and what that means for our energy security, for our economies, and for our people.
イラン情勢がエネルギーの供給の観点からもインド太平洋地域に重大な影響を与える中でホルムズ海峡における自由で安全な航行の確保及び中東地域の安定に向けた 外交努力の重要性について確認をいたしました。
Well, as you just heard on the sidelines of the court, India and the US also signed a major bilateral agreement on critical minerals and rare earths. Now, this very deal, it covers entire supply chain, all the way from mining and processing to recycling and finally the investments. And it comes as countries look to reduce dependence on China, which currently, by the way, let me underline here, dominates global rare earths processing.
We are today signing a bilateral India-US framework on securing of supply of mining and processing of critical minerals and rare earths. This is something which we have also discussed today at the Quad meeting, and whether we're doing it bilaterally, whether we're doing it as a Quad format, or in fact as a larger gathering of like-minded nations, it is clearly something very timely, something very important, something very critical.
Now you see, from maritime security or even critical minerals, energy resilience and even strategic coordination. Viewers, you see, this year's Quad Summit sent out a clear message. The grouping is evolving into a more structured, a more action-oriented, and finally a more geopolitically assertive platform. And as global uncertainty, well, it just keeps on growing, the Quad appears determined to position itself not just as another strategic conversation hub, but as a strong coalition capable of shaping the very future of the Indo-Pacific region. Well, shifting our focus, viewers, you see the Ebola outbreak is once again triggering global health concerns, with rising cases in parts of Africa, putting governments and health systems on alert likewise. Now, India too is also moving into prevention mode. That's right, earlier today, Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda, he chaired a high-level preparedness review with senior officials. Meanwhile, aviation authorities are also tightening surveillance at airports. In fact, the DGCA, it has now issued fresh SoPs for airlines, including mandatory onboard health announcement, self-declaration forms, crew training, and enhanced screening for passengers arriving from or even transiting through Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Well, here's a report on how India, Bharat, is building an early defense line against Ebola. The Ebola outbreak is once again triggering global health concerns. With cases rising in parts of Africa, countries across the world are now moving into prevention mode. India too is taking no chances. The DGCA has now issued fresh SOPs for airlines to strengthen surveillance against the outbreak. The SOPs are particularly aimed at passengers arriving or transiting through Uganda or the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here's what the new rulebook looks like. All passengers and crew from affected regions will now have to file mandatory self-declaration forms. These forms must be submitted at immigration or health counters after landing in India. Airlines have also been redirected to make mandatory health announcements during flights, informing passengers about Ebola symptoms. Passengers have been asked to immediately report symptoms like fever, weakness, vomiting, rashes, or unexplained bleeding. Airlines will also have to designate a single cabin crew member to handle any suspected case on board to minimize exposure to others. Aircraft arriving from high-risk regions will undergo compulsory disinfection after landing. And all crew members will now receive targeted training on Ebola safety protocols and emergency response. The list of the airlines asked to do so is long. Some of the names being Air India, Indigo, Akasa Air, Emirates, Etihad, Qatar Airways, Air France, Kenya Airways, Air Arabia, and Turkish Airlines. The message from India is clear: prevention before panic. As the world closely watches the Ebola outbreak, New Delhi is moving early, tightening its aviation shield before the virus can reach its borders. Bureau Report, NDTV World. Well, joining me now is Dr. Ankita Baidia. She's the HOD and Consultant of Infectious Diseases at the Manipal Hospital in Dwarka. Thank you so much, Ms. Baidia, for taking our time and joining us on such an important discussion this evening. My first question to you, ma'am, very simply, what are the red flag symptoms both passengers and families also should not ignore and they should look out for?
So especially if they are traveling from right now the outbreak areas. So they have to be watchful if any early signs of viral infections are there. In initial periods, like the incubation period is around 2 to 21 days. So as early as you travel to, and came in contact with somebody infected, the early symptoms within 48 hours could be just like fever, fatigue, muscle ache, body ache, headaches could be there. As we progress in the disease, there is chances of having GI symptoms like vomiting, nausea, or loose motion. Severe diarrhea could be there, and sometimes shortness of breath and cough can also be noticed. So any person who is traveling right now from the outbreak region, any symptom like this, and this is what the self-declaration form is meant for, to understand if any symptom of such kind of viral infection, if you're traveling from those areas, just declare that so that proper precautions of isolations can be taken on time and the disease doesn't spread and cause panic in the country. And another one point also I will like to highlight here, it doesn't spread through human to human, just like coronavirus did. So a lot of question comes in whenever such viruses come into action, that are we going to have a global pandemic like just like we had with coronavirus? So the answer is not panicking right now, but yes, the virus doesn't spread through air. It's not an airborne virus. It's spread through contact, through infected body secretions as such. Through close contact, it's how it's spread to.
Absolutely, a very important point. In fact, if I could just reiterate what you said, Doctor, there, that it is not like COVID and it does not spread through air like COVID does. I'll in fact just come to it in a minute, Doctor, but my second follow-up question here has to be, now what steps must be taken in case one turns out to be symptomatic or symptoms do appear?
So there has to be somebody who's traveling from outbreak affected areas. This is very important because this is right now a zone defined virus. So if somebody is traveling from that area having some symptoms like of viral
We seem to have lost our line there with Dr. Baidia, but as Dr. Baidia was pointing out very importantly, viewers, we must note that Ebola and COVID are different, and unlike COVID, Ebola does not spread through air, as the doctor was mentioning. Meanwhile, we shift our focus to the West, where for viewers, for decades together, let me tell you, the path for top Indian tech talent was clear. Move to America, secure an H-1B, and then, of course, wait for a green card. But you see, earlier this month, that's May 2026, that path has turned into an endless bureaucratic nightmare. And I'm saying this with all accountability. While professionals like Ishani Balla are taking to LinkedIn to share the exhausting realities of navigating relentless immigration challenges, a powerful counterwave is also now rising. You see, elite engineers are choosing to pack their bags and head back home. Look at platform architect Siddharth Pai. He's one such example. You see, after 5 years building systems for the likes of GE Healthcare, JP Morgan, and even Walmart in the US, he returned to India this March. Instead of waiting out a broken system, Siddharth launched Sahasranshu to build indigenous sovereign technology platforms aligned with Bharat's national security. To understand this sheer resilience and the frustration as well of those still holding on in the United States, let's cross over to the ongoing immigration debate. Joining us now, senior Microsoft engineer Ishani B. She joins us from California. Ishani, thank you so much for taking out the time. So you entered the H-1B lottery server 7 times over 6 years, let me correct myself, without a single win. Ishani, how did you carry that constant threat of displacement impact and, the sheer upheaval in your career through these years?
It was very challenging. It was 7 tries. Some years it was multiple lotteries, and it was challenging, like not knowing what's going to happen the next year was, I was living under the constant threat of, oh, I need to do something different. What should I do next with my career? But over the years, first couple of years, it was really challenging. But third year onwards, I kind of let it sit at the back burner and I focused more on my career, seeing what I can do, build as an AI engineer, and continue working through building my profile in a manner that I am indispensable wherever I go. And giving up is easy. That's something I realized over This course is 7 years. The people who think that, oh, why didn't you give up? Why didn't you just take the easy route? Giving up was the easy route, in my opinion. And I wanted to see things through. I wanted to see what my career path is going to look like, what I can do with my career. So it was tormenting multiple days. It was not easy. But at the end, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Ishani. Well, while many like Ishani viewers, they choose to fight the system, tech titans like Zoho, Sridhar, Vembu, well, they're openly celebrating the massive influx of elite talent returning back home to India. Now, the shifting dynamic is turning a historical brain drain into a domestic brain gain, fueling Bharat's deep tech revolution. For a first-hand look at what it means to bring elite engineering discipline back to Indian soil, we're now, in fact, joined by the founder of SES Ranchu, Siddharth Pai. Siddharth, thank you so much, needless to say, for joining us. Siddharth, you see, you walked away from elite roles at Walmart and the likes of JP Morgan to build back in India. What was the exact breaking point in the US immigration race that in fact made you realize that your skills were better spent on India's sovereign technology?
Yeah, I graduated from a US university and I was on F1 visa. So my employers had filed for the H1B 3 times. So because of the backlog of because of the number of sheer applicants, it was not picked up in each of the 3 times in the lottery. So I could have applied for other visa and I could have extended my stay or done a higher education. I chose back because there is better opportunity being a founder in India than being a regular employee in the US. So I feel the effort, sheer number of wait time, you could see the EB1, EB2 wait time ranges from like 5 years to up to 15 to 20 years. Right. It is better to build in India and do work for Atmanirbhar Bharat than being like nobody in the US. You don't know when you can be sent back, based on the various complexities that are involved in the visa process and other bureaucracy, like recent adjustment of status. You need to go back to your home country before filing for I-485 and others.
So that's a very important point you raised here. It's better to come back and build for India, to build for Bharat. My second question to you, and if you could answer that quickly, how critical is it for India's national security that returning tech leaders like you, they focus on building indigenous strategic platforms rather than standard consumer appliances or applications at that?
If you look at any more of the technology, I am today attempting to build something related to Indian defense related problem, just like you mentioned on maritime security. There is some challenges by IDEX, by Defense Ministry that has posed. I am trying to address, working on some of those things. But like in India, like we need to build our own technology. Look at China. They have built from the semiconductor to AI layer to data layer to application layer. Every layer they have strong companies. Like we need the top talent, just like in China that happened maybe 2 decades ago. The US PhDs returned to India and returned to China and built the great companies. So similarly, there is an opportunity now in India, just like Sridhar Vembu said, including himself. He had a Princeton PhD. He returned back to India and built $1 billion company. So there is more opportunity now to build in India, make in India, for the US talent. And even the ecosystem is very mature today. Any engineer who is like 22-year-old can raise $1 million easily these days.
Understood. Absolutely, Siddharth. And once again, thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us on this broadcast. So viewers, there you have it. 2 different professionals, 2 parts of green card and 2 entirely different viewpoints. But you know what's same? The bottom line remains the same, viewers. And it's as clear as daylight. As the American dream faces a bureaucratic dead end, the battle lines of global tech are shifting. You see, whether fighting the system in Silicon Valley or even building sovereign platforms back home, as Siddharth was just mentioning, India's brightest minds, you see, are now redefining the future of global innovation. They might be in the US, they might be in India, but they're not changing to redefine global innovation. And viewers, on that note, it's time we step into a short break. Much more lineup on the other side. We'll be right back.
This summer, take on the 1 Million Step Challenge for Diabetes UK. Just over 10,000 steps a day, 3 months, one life-changing challenge. Step for a happier, healthier you. Step for your loved ones. Step for everyone affected by diabetes. From the 1st of July, pound the pavement. And every pound you raise will help fund life-changing research and support. Because when you move, we move for everyone living with diabetes. So sign up for the 1 Million Step Challenge. Just search Step for Diabetes and take that life-changing first step today.
Unexpected expense? Drafty's got your back. Borrowing £100 for a month costs less than £6. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
Deborah, stop horsing around. Let's play Zebra Bingo. With branded bingo rooms like Fluffy Favourites Bingo, Deal or No Deal Bingo, and Clover Rollover Bingo. And more classic bingo games than you could shake your tail at. There's over £6.5 million in bingo prizes to be won every month on the Bingo Network. Come on, let's play Zebra Bingo.
This is Zena. She had such a difficult start in life. It took a lot of time and care, but thankfully, she's happy and healthy now, with a loving home for life. You can adopt Zena today with the Donkey Sanctuary. And there are lots more lovely donkeys to choose from. Take Walter. He's so playful. He loves to chase his favourite ball. Or Ashley, such a fun-loving donkey. Or calm and confident Drizzle. Adopting a donkey costs from £4 a month. Adopt today and you'll help save donkeys all over the world from abuse and neglect. You'll love your adoption pack with gorgeous pictures of your new donkey friend, and we'll send you more great updates throughout the year. Call 0800 038 1948, visit adoptadonkey.org.uk or text ADOPT9 to 78866. Adopt today from £4 a month and help many more donkeys in desperate need find the love and care they deserve. Thank you.
Auto Sergey automatically checks for ways to save on your car and home insurance, so the hard work is done for you. The Compare the Market app, the simplest way to save.
With Post Office Over 50s life cover, enjoy peace of mind knowing your family will receive a guaranteed payout when you're gone. UK resident 50 to 80, you're guaranteed acceptance. No health checks and from just £1.15 a week. Plus free 24/7 GP access with the health and wellbeing benefit. Purchase and receive an amazon.co.uk, M&S or dining out gift card worth £125. Call Post Office on 0800 171 2211.
Welcome back, viewers. But you know what? We're not the only ones who are back. What's also back is the sharp focus on India's borders. And this comes at a time when infiltration and drone smuggling remain major security concerns. That's right. You see, the centre is moving to tighten the security grid across both the western and the eastern frontiers. To that end, Union Minister Amit Shah has now begun an extensive four-state border security tour in what is being seen as a major review of India's overall border preparedness and surveillance architecture. The very focus of this tour is tightening surveillance, boosting coordination and accelerating India's push towards smart borders. Shah's four-state tour will cover Rajasthan, Gujarat, Tripura and West Bengal. The visit comes amid rising concerns over infiltration, smuggling, drone activity and illegal migration across India's western and eastern flanks, or borders as they're called. The first stop is Bikaner in Rajasthan. Shah will visit the BSF's Sanchu border post near the India-Pakistan border, interact with Jawans and virtually inaugurate new barracks for women personnel. Then on the 29th of May, the Home Minister travels to Gujarat's Bhuj. Its a key focus here will be the Run of Kutch. It's a difficult marshy terrain that has historically seen infiltration and smuggling attempts. And next month, Shah heads east. In Tripura, he will review surveillance and infrastructure along the 856-kilometer India-Bangladesh border. And then there's West Bengal. The focus is expected to remain on infiltration, cattle smuggling and human trafficking. Now, Shah's tour comes alongside the government's ambitious Smart Border project. The plan aims to transform nearly 6,000 kilometers of India's borders using advanced technology. Now, this includes drones for alien surveillance, underground fiber sensors to detect movement. There's also AI-powered systems capable of distinguishing between human intrusion, animal movement, and, well, weather disturbances. The goal is building a near real-time, technology-driven security grid across India's borders.
सिर्फ सीमाओं की सुरक्षा कर हम देश की सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित नहीं कर सकते। हमने क्षेत्रीय सुरक्षा का राज्य सरकारों के साथ रहकर चिंता भी करना पड़ेगा और वो जिम्मेदारी का निर्वहन भी करना पड़ेगा। हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि सीमा से नजदीक 50 किलोमीटर के किसी भी गांव में कोई अवैध निर्माण होता है तो हम सिविल प्रशासन को सूचित करें, कलेक्टर को सूचित करें, एसपी को सूचित करें। हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि 50 किलोमीटर की बॉर्डर तक के सभी गांवों में जनसांख्यिकी का परिवर्तन हो रहा है, कृत्रिम परिवर्तन हो रहा है, तो उसके प्रति सजग रहकर राज्य सरकार को आगाह करें।
Now, as India faces evolving threats from both the western as well as the eastern frontiers, the centre's message is clear here, viewers. Border security is now entering a high-tech, high-surveillance era. We're shifting our gears at the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in New Delhi. At the recently concluded Quad Foreign Ministers meeting, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, well, he struggled with malfunctioning headphones. Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi lightened the mood by instantly quipping, and I'm quoting him here, by the way, "I thought you understand Japanese," which drew laughter from diplomats in the room. We leave you with these visuals. News and updates continue on the other side.
Do you understand Japanese?
You're working on my the headphone back here. You got it? Okay, thank you.
I thought you understand Japanese.
You're going to have to
Yeah.
start over. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Do you understand Japanese?
You're working on my the headphone back here. You got it? Okay, thank you.
I thought you understand Japanese.
You're going to have to
Yeah.
start over. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Just because my kids are grown up and have little ones of their own doesn't mean family life slows down. I'm busier than ever. Now that I'm in my 60s, I want to make sure that my family has enough to cover my funeral costs and other expenses when I'm no longer around. That's why I decided to learn more about over 50s life insurance from Cover Today. They're the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period. Unlike other insurers who could make you wait up to 2 years, with Cover Today, you're fully covered from day one and you're covered for the whole of your life. Plus, unlike other things in life, the price never goes up. Learning more couldn't be simpler. Go online or talk to their friendly UK team in just one phone call. Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period and no annoying trips to the doctors either.
Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Now I'm with Cover Today, I can get on with something much more interesting.
To get a free life insurance quote, call our friendly UK team on 0800 542 1545 or visit covertoday.co.uk.
Deborah, stop horsing around. Let's play Zebra Bingo. With branded bingo rooms like Fluffy Favourites Bingo, Deal or No Deal Bingo, and Clover Rollover Bingo. And more classic bingo games than you could shake your tail at. There's over £6.5 million in bingo prizes to be won every month on the Bingo Network. Come on, let's play Zebra Bingo.
Please, can you send someone out? The poor thing is so skinny, I don't think he can walk. Oh, the poor thing. This is awful.
Okay, let me take an address.
Today, the RSPCA will answer over 2,000 calls about animal cruelty and neglect.
It's just completely unacceptable, isn't it, mate?
Today, we will need to take over 100 animals into our care. Today, we urgently need your help to save them. Please call 0800 121 4228. Every minute of every day, animals are suffering heartbreaking cruelty and neglect. Every day, our team works tirelessly to save them. A gift of just £2 a month will help us do even more. Answer more calls, rescue more innocent animals, and provide more life-saving treatments. But today, animals are suffering terrible abuse and neglect. Help us save them.
He's just been left tied up, I think. Poor thing's got no hair on him. He's in a terrible state.
Today, please call 0800 121 4228 or text TODAY to 82727 and give £2 a month. That's 0800 121 4228. Thank you.
If Lubasi was your son, you'd do anything to stop his suffering. He's in agony because he has an eye infection called trachoma. It's often spread by flies, like these. If Lubasi was your son, you'd take him to the doctor. But his parents can't afford to get him the care he so desperately needs. You can. When you give £2 a month to Sightsavers, you can help save more children from agony like this and spare their parents the pain of watching their children suffer. Every month, you'll help our eye doctors get to some of the world's poorest and most remote villages. It's so simple to treat trachoma, but we urgently need your support to do it. So please call 0800 038 4920, text Site10 to 82727, or go to sightsavers.tv to give £2 a month to Sightsavers right now.
New Delhi, Siddaramaiah left for George's residence after a day full of meetings at the Congress High Command. Ministers and MLAs were waiting for him. What's happening in those confabulations? The Chief Minister perhaps debriefing his close confidants about the day's turn of events and all the discussions he held with the party high command. Remember, that huddle happening at the end of a day which was filled with all noise, but absolutely no news as far as the Karnataka part hustle was concerned. A day of marathon meetings between the party's top leadership and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in New Delhi. While Congress sources indicated that the issue of leadership was discussed, at the end of the day, Party General Secretary and National Organization Secretary K.C. Venugopal declared that the only conversation were around the Rajya Sabha vacancies coming up in the state. Well, do we then take this as a categorical message of status quo to continue? Or do we see this as the negotiation process with a to-be-continued mark? Well, it could be either or neither. Let's not forget, from a cabinet reshuffle to vacancies in the Legislative Council and the Rajya Sabha, there are many decisions to be taken. And a lot of those decisions are tied to, some would say, the leadership question. 7 MLC seats come up for elections in June. 3 for the Congress, 3 for the BJP and 1 for the JDS in the Legislative Council. 3 Rajya Sabha seats will fall vacant. Congress President Kharge, National Organization Secretary K.C. Venugopal, Party General Secretary in charge of Karnataka, Randeep Surjewala, who urged the media to stop speculation, held meetings all day with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi were also consulted, but at the end of all that media speculation, there was no concrete answer on the big Karnataka question. NDTV's Jayanendra, who's been tracking all those developments all day, joins me live right now. What's the final takeaway for you, Jayanendra? One Congress source told me, and I quote, "Never believe a rumor till it's officially denied." I don't know what that means, but what are you making of all that's happened today along with Manoranjan Bharati?
Yes, so the suspense is still not over, and party leadership is trying to downplay the speculation. And of course, Rajya Sabha elections are lined up in next 2 weeks. So even Baba is also suggesting that whatever will happen, it will happen after Rajya Sabha election because 4 seats are vacant. Congress is expecting 3 seats, and if disturbance will take place, then Congress may lose a 3rd seat. So everything is now shifted for till Rajya Sabha elections. But the briefing that by Congress General Secretary Organization K.C. Venugopal that we've only discussed MP and MLC vacancies. That does not end the speculation, but it it gives new speculation its place, because we were also discussing about cabinet reshuffle, that if status quo will be maintained, then cabinet reshuffle will take place. Even cabinet reshuffle was not discussed. So what Baba thinks of overall for today's developments? Baba, क्या समझते हैं? बहुत सारी अटकलें थी, लेकिन अटकलों पर तो विराम लगा दिया पार्टी ने।
देखिए, फिलहाल पार्टी ने कह दिया कि कर्नाटक में कोई चेंज नहीं होना है। फिर उसके बाद आप कहेंगे यदि इतना सिंपल डिसीजन था तो इतनी लंबी मीटिंग क्यों हुई है? देखिए, हम ये नहीं कह सकते हैं कि ये मुख्यमंत्री चेंज को लेकर के अब बात नहीं होगी। बात तो होगी, लेकिन फिलहाल पार्टी ने उसको टाला है। पार्टी
फिलहाल 2 हफ्ता 1 महीना
मुझे लगता है कि जब राज्यसभा के लिए जो उम्मीदवारों की लिस्ट आएगी ना, उसी में आपको पता चल जाएगा। उम्मीदवारों की लिस्ट से मैं इसलिए कहता हूँ, एक तो खड़गे साहब जीत के आएंगे, 3 सीट कांग्रेस वहाँ पे जीत सकती है। यदि दूसरे सीट के लिए जो शिव कुमार जो है DK शिव कुमार, उनके भाई का नाम आता है, इसका मतलब अभी मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बदला जा रहा। मैं यहाँ पे ये नहीं कहना चाहूँगा कि क्या उस लिस्ट में मुख्यमंत्री सीतारमैया का नाम आता है, इसका मतलब चेंज होना ही होगा। और उसके अलावा आप कहेंगे कि भाई कैबिनेट प्रिंसिपल क्यों नहीं डिस्कस किया गया। जब आपको राज्यसभा चुनाव में एक एक MLA का वोट चाहिए, तो अभी आप कैबिनेट रिसफल करेंगे, इसका मतलब जिसको ड्रॉप करेंगे वो ना मुंह फुला के बैठेगा। यदि वो उस दिन वोट करने नहीं आया तो आपका जो उम्मीदवार एक वहाँ पे चुनाव हार सकता है। इसलिए कहा गया हम सबको,
you know, a lot of what Baba says, Jainendra, gets lost in translation as far as Karnataka is concerned. Just tell Baba to hold his thought for a second. I'm just going to translate for viewers, because what Baba and you have said is very, very important. What Baba, Manoranjan Bharati, is reporting is that of the 3 Rajya Sabha seats, the vacancies, if let's say DK Suresh, DK Shiv Kumar's brother, who lost the Bengaluru rural seats, name comes up, then it means you can assume that DK Shiv Kumar is not becoming Chief Minister. If it's Siddaramaia's name comes up in the Rajya Sabha seat, then Baba is saying that, again, it would mean that there will be a change of guard in Karnataka. But Jainendra, very briefly to you and Baba, and you can post this question to Manoranjan Bharati as well. You know, so were these discussions made? Because this is just 2 weeks away. We are 3 years into the tenure of the Congress government, Siddaramaiah government. We've had this discussion repeatedly. Were these part of the discussions? Was there any kind of compromise formula that was discussed and decided? And are the leaders all heading back to Bangalore tonight? Or will there be another day of confabulations and consultations in Delhi?
No, so no consultation with party leadership. DK Shiv Kumar is just staying. He have some programs tomorrow, some meetings with central leadership. CM, I think, will leave tonight for Bengaluru, and right now he is at the Minister George residence. And as far as the meeting is concerned, Veera, only 6 leaders were present in the room. Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, KC Venugopal, Randeep Surjewala. These are AICC office bearers, and CM and Deputy CM. So nobody can claim what exactly transpired in the meeting.
You know, just ask Baba to stick his neck out and tell me whether in the next 1 month he expects a change in Karnataka or not. Can you or Baba stick your neck out and say whether there's going to be a change in Karnataka or not?
श्योर वीरा सीधा पूछ रहे हैं कि आप क्लियर बोलिए कि क्या 1 महीने में चेंज होगा या कोई चेंज होगा ही नहीं।
मुझे नहीं लगता कि 1 महीने में चेंज होगा। 1 महीने में चेंज नहीं होगा वीरा, आप इत्मीनान से रहिए। देखिए, यहाँ पे आपको समझना होगा कि DK शिव कुमार जो है डिप्टी CM भी है, और साथ में पिछले 6 साल से वो प्रदेश अध्यक्ष भी है। उनको तो कहा जा सकता है ना कि मैं आपके भाई को राज्यसभा बनाया जा रहा है, अगला चुनाव आपके नेतृत्व में, आप चुनाव जीतिए और आप मुख्यमंत्री बन जाइए। अभी चेंज करने के से थोड़ा दिक्कत हो सकता है। आप एक OBC मुख्यमंत्री को हटाएंगे, वहाँ पे फिर आप नया CM लाएंगे, नए CM के साथ आप क्या दोबारा जीत पाएंगे, ये एक सवालिया निशान है। लेकिन कांग्रेस में कोई पक्का नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन मेरा मानना है 1 महीने के अंदर चेंज नहीं हो रहा है।
और वीरा, just to add, what is inside Rahul Gandhi mind, nobody knows. But as far as sources close to Rahul Gandhi are suggesting that Rahul wants victory in 2028 assembly election, and for that he wants to minimize anti-incumbency, and he wants some fresh changes in Karnataka. Whether that change means CM change or big change in cabinet, only time will tell. As of now, party have stopped the speculation race, and they are saying that we have just discussed MP and MLA, and as of now party has clearly signaled that no change.
Despite whatever the party says, journalists will continue to keep speculating and analyzing the Karnataka story. Let's just listen into what KC Venugopal and the top leadership had to say earlier in the day.
Today entire discussion is only concentrated on coming Rajya Sabha elections and council elections of Karnataka. Whatever speculation you people are doing, that is only speculation, no reality at all. Today we discussed about the Rajya Sabha seats and the council seats of Karnataka.
ये कांग्रेस का दुर्भाग्य है, क्योंकि हाईकमान इतना शिथिल हो चुका है और दिशाहीन हो चुका है कि उनको कुछ मालूम ही नहीं और कोई हाईकमान की परवाह नहीं कर रहा है। एक अंदर 100 बीमार वाली बात आ रही है और ये केरल में भी ये स्थिति आने वाली थी, लेकिन वहाँ के जो अभी मुख्यमंत्री ने अपना दृढ़ता रखी, और अगर ये दृढ़ता अगर शिव कुमार ने उस समय रखी होती तो शिव कुमार को ये दिन नहीं देखना पड़ता. आई विश हिम वेल. दैट्स ऑल. क्या कहें?
Well, top Karnataka voices who've been tracking this story and tracking Karnataka politics for years and have been on the Southern View repeatedly analyzing this. Join me live here this evening, R.K. Upadhyay, B.S. Arun, and author Rashid Kidwai. Thanks to all three of you for joining us. Also with me, Deepak Bopanna, who's had a tiring day trying to analyze and make sense of all that's happened in New Delhi. Deepak Bopanna, what are you hearing? What really transpired in the meeting? Because Manoranjan Bharati and others tend to suggest, and let's not forget that even when K.C. Venugopal says Rajya Sabha vacancies were discussed, much of those discussions are tied also to the leadership question, whether it is Rajya Sabha, whether it is MLC, whether it is the cabinet decision. What are you picking up in terms of the substance from all that happened today?
Veera, over the last 24 hours, I've been speaking to multiple people. This includes politicians, this includes bureaucrats as well. And there has been a strong buzz about, the Rajya Sabha LOP position being offered to Mr. Siddaramaiah. But time and again, Mr. Siddaramaiah has made it amply clear. He has no aspirations and interest to go to Delhi.
But he can't speak Hindi. It becomes a major impediment to be an LOP in the Rajya Sabha.
Go there. Well, we should look at it in different ways here, Veera. One is ideologically, Mr. Siddaramaiah is considered very strong. He's of course been very, very stern when it comes to taking up issues of the Congress party, especially against the Prime Minister, against the Home Minister, against the BJP overall. He's been a very strong voice in the South. Can he really take up that role as an LOP? Does he really want to, is the question that really comes up, if that has been even offered to him. Right now, most of the people that I've tried to speak to, in terms of the ones who are actually privy to actual information that could have been divulged to Mr. Siddaramaiah or DK, are still right next to them. So they have not really put out any information or shared any sort of information that could be of great essence in this. So there is still a lot that is in the realm of speculation, but we should not rule out the fact that there was discussion that was held about leadership. In what form was it is the question, because for 6 hours you will not be discussing about 3 to 4 Rajya Sabha seats, and you will not have the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister wait there in a chamber while the 4 others are holding deliberations. Then you have only the Chief Minister meeting Rahul Gandhi while the Deputy Chief Minister just sits and waits there. So it's in all probability it's impossible really to say that it was only pertaining to the nominations of the Rajya Sabha. But if the nominations to the Rajya Sabha or the naming of the Rajya Sabha pertains to these two individuals or people who are connected to these two individuals, then of course it becomes more pertinent to say it was all about Rajya Sabha, because it's directly once again linked to the leadership, and that's something that we had Baba as well point out. So the next few days is going to be crucial, because I'm told right now Mr. Siddaramaiah is in a close huddle meeting with his close confidants, the people who flew with him to Delhi. Mr. George himself is hosting this meet in his residence, after which Mr. Siddaramaiah is expected to either fly back tonight or tomorrow is what I'm told. So there's no more discussions that's going to happen. So one round of discussions is over. That means a message has been sent. It's about how this message is now going to be taken.
You know, Deepak, sometimes how I feel, and Ramakrishna Upadhyay, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the story of the visually challenged men trying to describe an elephant when journalists start talking about Karnataka. Do we have any idea what's happening, Ramakrishna Upadhyay and B.S. Arun? First to you, Ramakrishna Upadhyay. Do we have any idea what's happening? Or do you believe we are just doing guesswork?
Veera, if the High Command has been able to, just talk about, the MP seats or Rajya Sabha seats, they're, pulling the wool over 200 odd journalists' eyes. I mean, is it possible to, persuade everybody to believe what they're saying? I think, 6 hours of meeting, and it can't be just about the Rajya Sabha seats and council seats. They must have discussed the leadership issue. They must have discussed about the change of leadership and giving a chance to DK Shivakumar. Obviously, all of that is being kept under wraps. They don't want it to come into the open until Siddaramaiah is able to say that, yes, I will accept it. Without his acceptance, this will not go through. I'm sure if they have told him that, please come to Rajya Sabha, and that he would have taken time. He would have said, yes, I need time to discuss this. That's the reason why probably they're kept it on the hold.
Would you agree with
But
that,
it is
B.S. Arun, that the
entirely
consultations have just begun?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
that's
I think
about
so,
it.
because
It's not
Rajya
going to be
Sabha
easy
elections
because
are
I don't
scheduled to be
think
held.
Siddharmaya is in a mood
18th
to
is
step down
the
right
date
now,
for the
and
election.
especially
And
especially if it is a Shiv Kumar, who is supposed to give it to Shiv Kumar, I don't think he'll be ready. He is going to discuss with all his colleagues
B.S. Arun,
and
just
then come back to the High Command.
Again, I'll
and say,
come back to
"This
you,
is my
Ramakrishna Upadhyay. Arun was trying to make a point.
yeah, I think so. I think so because 18th is the election, June 18th for Rajya Sabha, and I think one of the proposals made perhaps was that a seat would be given to Siddaramaiah in exchange for the chief ministership. I think Shiv Kumar's patience could be running out because it's been already some 8 months after the 6 months, after the 2.5 years are over for him, waiting for that chief minister's post. And I think he must have told the High Command that he cannot wait any longer. I think the High Command, is assessing the pros and cons of unseating Siddaramaiah. There are many issues, to be resolved. And one certainly is that of he being a backward classes and minorities leader. And I think without Siddaramaiah's consent and without placating him and without meeting his demands, Congress will not go ahead in this transfer.
Do you believe Siddaramaiah will relent, R. Ramakrishna Upadhyay? Do you believe there will actually be a day where Siddaramaiah will say that I'm willing to let go?
I don't think so. He will rebel, and that is his temperament. If he's asked to go like this, he will rebel, and we have seen that he's capable of doing it. He will be capable of doing the damage. In 2018, we have seen how he brought down the Congress JDS coalition government. He had lost the election. For 5 years, he was the chief minister, 2013 to 18, and he had become the leader of the opposition, and he was forced to accept a coalition government with JDS. Kumaraswamy being a chief
important point that you make, Rashid Kidwai, is the option for the Congress High Command even now easy? Or is it going to be one which is fraught with a lot of risk?
So, Veera, we are seeing a new Rahul Gandhi post Tamil Nadu political situation and the Kerala political situation. I think Mr. Siddaramaiah is living now as a chief minister on borrowed time. He is being asked to make an honorable exit. Time frame, I do not know, but it's just a matter of time, week, 10 days, a month. Mr. Siddaramaiah does not have confidence of the majority of MLAs, which was the case 6 months ago. The MLAs, most MLAs are loyal to the Congress leadership, High Command. So now it is and Rahul Gandhi has made a political assessment that under Siddaramaiah's leadership, the Congress may not be able to win 2028 assembly election, or more importantly, 20 or more Lok Sabha seats in 2029. And that is the long and short of today's deliberations. So I think Rahul Gandhi, in his own ways, without breaking DK Shivkumar in it, has conveyed to Siddaramaiah to, consider various options. Which route he would take, it is for him to decide. But I think today's upshot is that Mr. Siddaramaiah's days are numbered.
All right, you are making a very, very important point there. B.S. Arun, would you agree that Siddaramaiah's days as Karnataka Chief Minister are numbered? He'll have to relent. And do you also agree with Ramakrishna Upadhyay that he may not go out meekly?
Yes, I think it's very difficult right now for jumping into any conclusion. As far as today's deliberations may have gone, I think it is Siddaramaiah's turn to say yes or no. But the fact is, Siddaramaiah has to be placated. There will be his demands, and he may have given the list to the High Command as to what all he wants, like giving his supporters good positions in the cabinet, in the boards and corporations, and whatnot. It depends on how the High Command placates it, rather than placating DK Shivkumar to accept continue to being the Deputy Chief Minister. I think one way or the other, High Command has to take a decision. And today they have, they were unable to come to a conclusion, come to a decision. And the ruse is the Rajya Sabha elections. I think it's the speculation will continue for the next 2 to 3 weeks until the elections are held. I think the nominations will be key and crucial to decide the Chief Minister's post.
important point that you make there. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, do you believe that the possibility of Siddaramaiah with a national role in New Delhi is something that could placate him? What do you think can placate him if he has to step aside?
On the contrary, I would say that he will stick around, and I don't agree with Rashid, who is saying that a majority of MLAs are with the High Command and not with the Chief Minister. I think that is the reverse. A majority of MLAs believe in Siddaramaiah, not the High Command. Let them have a test. Let them send their representatives to Bangalore and ask the MLAs individually opinions. They will all, at least about 90 to 100 MLAs, I'm sure, will back Siddaramaiah. So that is the reality. That's the ground reality in Karnataka. He is the strongest the Chief Minister has seen for a long time. And we have a weakest High Command right now. Can they take him on? And can they ask him to step down? They'll be committing a harakiri, I'll tell you. If they ask him to step down and push him out in the next 15 days or 1 month or 2 months or whatever, it'll be political harakiri for Congress.
Okay, you're making an important point. Rashid Kidwai, do you believe that the High Command will force Siddaramaiah's hand, or it has to be something that has to happen only with the consent of Siddaramaiah? If he, let's say, refuses to step down, and I don't think anyone at any age will ever agree to step down from post of power in politics, do you believe that the High Command's hand will then be forced by Siddaramaiah? How do you see this playing out?
So, Veera, we must remember what happened, what transpired in May 2023 when the Chief Minister was chosen. If we believe that there was a meeting in Kharge's house, if we believe that Mr. Siddaramaiah was there and the rotation model was presented and he accepted, and a call from Kharge's telephone was made to Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi endorsed. So this will tell you, it's not a rocket science. So Mr. Siddaramaiah was enjoying the confidence of the High Command because of one person, and that person being Rahul Gandhi. Because the rotation, Rahul Gandhi was able to extend it, and still it's there. It's no longer 2.5 years; it's more than 3 years. Now, if Rahul Gandhi conveys to Mr. Siddaramaiah that there are various options are there, whichever option you take, it's acceptable to me. But my MLAs tell me that we need a fresh face, we need a generation change, we need somebody for 2028. So it is for Mr. Siddaramaiah, whether he goes as a bitter man or goes as a confident man, and it is his loyalty test. Whether he fails or passes, it's only time will tell. But I think, as I said, Mr. Siddaramaiah's days are numbered.
All right, go ahead.
Rashid is forgetting the fact. I think Rashid is forgetting the fact just 4 years ago, they tried to remove Ashok Gehlot in a similar fashion. 80 MLAs rebelled and they refused to attend the CLP meeting, and Congress High Command was forced to bring him back. I think it just happened just 4 years ago with the same High Command. So this is the kind of situation.
Ramakrishna Upadhyay has given a precedent.
I just wanted to mention the same point. I think the High Command is treating very cautiously, and because it has the past experiences, one in Karnataka itself, and that's of Virendra Patil, how he treated the Lingayat leader and how the Lingayats deserted the party after that, and for more than 20 years, the Congress had to suffer because of that one factor. And secondly, as Upadhyay said, it's the experiences in Rajasthan and even in Chhattisgarh, and these two have shown that Congress will not take decisions in a hurry. They want to placate Siddaramaiah. This is very important because of various factors. Number one, the MLA's support that he enjoys. Number two, backward classes and minorities leader. So all these and many more will count before the High Command takes a decision and placates him.
Oh, absolutely. Many decisions will come. Very, very briefly, I have literally 10 seconds left. Given that both Arun and Ramakrishna Upadhyay, you are Karnataka experts, who is a better election-winning Chief Minister for the Congress if it heads into 2028? Because Rashid was saying that one of the objectives of the Congress is to look at 2028. Very briefly, is the Congress better off under Siddaramaiah or DKS? 10-second answer. Ramakrishna Upadhyay.
Siddaramaiah will definitely be much better option.
Arun, B.S. Arun.
Well, in my view, it's both actually, because number one, as an organization man, it's Shiv Kumar, but to win the backward classes, Dalits and minority votes, it is Siddaramaiah.
Okay. In that answer, perhaps lies the larger answer to the Congress's conundrum. We'll see how this plays out, because this is something that's going to be closely watched. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, B.S. Arun and Rashid Kidwai expect us to come back to you again, perhaps after the Rajya Sabha nominations are done, or perhaps before. But bit of breaking news again that's coming in now, that Siddaramaiah will leave for Bengaluru at 8 p.m. He's currently at Minister K.J. George's residence. We believe that he will not resign at the moment. Next meeting will take place after the Rajya Sabha elections, as we have been speculating at the moment in terms of what next as far as Karnataka is concerned. Siddaramaiah and all his MLAs will return, and the ministers will return back to Karnataka. He's unlikely to resign right now, as expected, given the comments and the statement that's been made so far during the day. And I think that was quite obvious that he's not going to resign now. There will be further meetings that will play out after the Rajya Sabha nominations and elections are done. Only then will there be a final decision that can be taken out. For once, you can again say that yet again the Karnataka story and the decision has been deferred to another date. What's going to happen next time, we don't know, but we'll keep a close watch of that till those Rajya Sabha nominations are on. Well, shift focus right now to the neighboring state of Tamil Nadu, to the big political face-off there. One more rebel AIADMK MLA today submitted his resignation, and that takes the total number of resigned AIADMK MLAs jumping over to the TVK to 4. Reports suggest there may be more. Ambasubudram MLA Esaki Subaya was the one who submitted his resignation today. The DMK has accused the TVK of horse trading to shore up the numbers and circumventing the anti-defection law by asking AIADMK MLAs to resign, joining the party, and then perhaps contest on a TVK ticket. This is a tested formula that one has seen in Maharashtra and Karnataka, and the DMK accusing the TVK of following what the Congress had accused as the BJP's playbook to defeat anti-defection law in other states in Tamil Nadu. Senior AIADMK leaders of the EPS camp called on Tamil Nadu Speaker, urging him not to accept the resignation of the 4 rebel AIADMK MLAs who, remember, voted for the TVK at the floor test. A section of the Congress has also questioned the resignation because the Congress has been a recipient of the BJP's ability to have MLAs resign and contest again in Karnataka and in Maharashtra. And the Congress, a section of the Congress has questioned the TVK accepting AIADMK rebels to join after resignation. TVK ally, the VCK, also has questioned this. Meanwhile, Hosur MLA of the AIADMK, Balakrishna Reddy, who was another AIADMK rebel until now, met with Edappadi Palanichami and is expected to return to the party fold. Many different dimensions to this Tamil Nadu story. A special panel up ahead, but first, take a look at the reactions.
There is only one MLA from Ambasamutram, Mr. Honorable Esaki Subaya, gave his resignation letter. I have taken the letter from me and I am going to go through it completely and announce whether I am accepting it or not. It will be announced very soon.
I don't know, that is because of the infight in the ADMK. It is not 3. Now another MLA, Esaki Subaya, also had joined this group, resigned his MLA post and joined the TVK. I don't know what is happening because the problem is with Edappadi, I can say, I think, because these 4 people were among the 25 people who had supported Vijay against Edappadi's wishes. Edappadi's leadership quality is in question, that much I can say. But nobody wants Edappadi to lead the party because many of them had not come, even in the district secretaries meet, many of them had not come. I think the party's view or the cadre's view are against Edappadi's leadership.
The speaker going to accept the resignation, first of all, scrutiny the acceptation. Why? What's the reason? That is the reason we are giving a petition. If anybody giving a resignation letter, you scrutinize the resignation petition, then only you accept the resignation. This is our contention.
Joining us, TVK MLA Mr. Revan Charan. Revan, thank you very much for your time. The resignations by rebel AIADMK MLAs and joining the TVK immediately after their papers were accepted. Many say it doesn't augur well. The TVK came to power in Tamil Nadu claiming itself to be a pure force and calling the then ruling DMK as evil force. Are you also doing the same mistake now?
As I said earlier, your character and your behavior depends on the environment you are in. Like, I can judge your character with your friends. As such, when people join a force like TVK, they tend to fall into the bylaws which we have, to the ambience of which our leader has created already. So we will be more focused on people service, and those who are willing to join us are very particular about how they're going to serve the people without any corruption. For instance, prior to elections, there were many tall leaders from different parties who were willing to join TVK. But then the High Command scrutinized the politicians who wanted to show interest, and they joined only people who were actually pure in their service without any corruption.
Well, the political face-off in Tamil Nadu overflowing from...
Dealing with my lot means making smart choices. And with our family growing, I want to protect the life we've built. That's why I'm calling Smart Insurance.
Hi, I'd like a quick quote, please.
OK, you can choose a benefit amount up to £750,000 depending on your age.
Brilliant.
If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can apply with just a few health and lifestyle questions, all done over the phone for instant peace of mind and protection for your family. And we know family life doesn't wait. So as part of our Smart Family Guarantee, your loved ones are protected from day one.
Sounds great. And could help my husband pay off the mortgage. I'll go ahead.
And for even more family protection, you can add cover for your children or critical illness. Plus, you'll also get your choice of £125 gift card.
Looks like my lot have learned to plan ahead too.
Protect the life you've built the smart way. To get a free life insurance quote today, call our specialist UK team on 0800 977 5753 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
Pets. Cute, but pricey. For unexpected moments, Drafty's got your back. Drafty Flex is like a handy pot of cash when you need it, with credit up to £3,000 and money sent to your bank in 90 seconds. Borrowing £100 for 30 days costs under £6. Be prepared for the unexpected with Drafty. Good boy. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
From interesting tech startups to industry-leading companies, politics, sports, culture, curry, cricket. Oh, there's so much to talk about. Like me, if you too thrive on interesting conversations, this is a show you cannot miss. Watch this space to know more about all matters and all people that make Britain what it is today. Out of Britain, with me, Radhika Iyer.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. INS Vikrant. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea.
Join a political party, yes, they can join the political party. And regarding the speaker's situation, you have to ask what the speaker has told earlier in the statements. He has given a clear statement that it is his discretion power. He has to do whatever he as per the rules he has acted upon. And so there is no question of there is no
Let's be clear on this.
there is no point of questioning speaker
Sumant
here.
Raman and R.K. Radhakrishnan are vehemently opposing. Sumant Raman, go ahead.
First of all, there has to be a decision taken on the petition to disqualify. These people voted against the official party.
No, there is no timeline, there is no priorities. There is no there is no timeline for the queries, and there is no such rule that priorities of the
Sir, there is no timeline, but No, but how did you accept the resignation then? How did you accept the resignation when there is no timeline for the disqualification? You can't say I will accept the resignation
anybody can
Sir,
resign.
the sequence of events.
For
No,
reason. They
you
could
cannot.
have given
This can be
any
challenged
reason.
in court.
They could have
Sorry.
given any reason which you are not aware of, which I am not aware of, because
Sir,
they have
they
not
can give any
disclosed
reason.
the reason for.
When you are,
they have not disclosed the reason for resigning.
Sir, I will give you an example. I will give you an example.
That is their
One
own
minute,
option.
one
That
minute.
is their own
One
interest.
minute.
Out of their
You
will,
are
they are resigning.
One minute. You are a government servant. There is a corruption charge against you. You cannot say I am resigning and going away. You will be placed under suspension. How can the government say, oh, you are resigning? Very good, very good. There is a corruption charge. There is an inquiry pending against you. Means that inquiry has to be decided. Only then we can say whether you are exonerated, whether you are allowed to go voluntary retirement or whatever. This is exactly that kind of situation. They are being facing a charge that they should be disqualified. And on what basis can you accept a resignation letter days without deciding?
Quick
Okay,
response,
you can say,
Dr. Rajshekar,
no,
important question, pointed question that's been raised by Sumant Raman. He's raised a very pointed question. Disqualification proceedings are supposed to be on. How can their resignation be accepted? Very quick response.
I told you there is no pipeline for timeline. Nothing is there. So the query it is in the discretion power of speaker. He can decide on whatever the question raised. And the resignation, they have not disclosed the reason for the resignation, and it is discreet yet.
That is not
so without knowing anything, we cannot comment on that.
Sir, the resignation reason is not relevant, sir. What is relevant?
See,
what is the decision on the disqualification? If they are disqualified, they cannot resign. You are not getting my point. If the speaker decides that the Edappadi Palaniswamy group.
Okay, sir. If they take this,
logic, sir. This is simple logic, sir. I have filed. There is an inquiry going on against you. In the department. How can you say no? Let the inquiry go on. I am resigning. Thank you. Bye bye. How can you do it? The government will suspend you. You will not be allowed to retire without the inquiry being completed.
Veer. See.
How he decided like this is blatantly unfair.
Yeah, Veer. This kind of resignations, this kind of horse trading, the state of Tamil Nadu has never ever witnessed. Definitely, this is just tip of the iceberg. There is a huge scandal that is behind this. We'll have to find out what is the inducement. What has lured them to offer this resignation? That is the most important aspect. And this is not just cheating the party or their leaders. This is cheating the mandate, cheating the people who voted for them, because they did not like TVK. They did not want TVK to win those elections. That is why people voted for these people and they got elected. And now, within at least some time is over, we can understand there is a difference. But within 5 days or 10 days of assuming the post of MLA, they resign. Definitely, it will be very naive to say they have gone out of, they had a change of heart. You cannot have the change of heart. If you really have a change of heart, then you should not contest in that post. This is one aspect. The other aspect is the nebulous ways of the Congress party. The Congress is imploding from within. One leader says, the Congress cannot have two stands. They are questioning Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Just a moment.
I have to answer that for Saravanan. I have to answer that for Saravanan.
Just a moment. I have not completed. Sir, please wait. You are talking.
Go to next.
No, it has started when DMK, with the support of DMK, when ADMK, Edappadi Palaniswamy wanted to form the government with the support of ADMK, there where it started. No ADMK person is happy about that.
Stop spreading rumors. Spreading rumors. That is a rumor. What you're talking is a rumor. What has happened is an actual act. They have committed this act. You are talking rumors. You are spreading rumors.
Who were with you?
You are spreading rumors.
Who were with you at that time has come out and spoken about that, and that is
because you offered them inducement.
People are coming.
That is because you offered them inducements of cabinet positions. No,
They are
not happy. You
They are
induced
not
them.
happy
That's a
because
naked
of
power grab.
Edappadi Palnichami wanted to grab the power with the support of DMK, which was a jackal move.
R.K.
They
Radhakrishnan,
didn't
as
want to
one of
do
the first
any
people
ADMK
to have reported about the
no
talks
ADMK
between
member
DMK and
wanted to do.
ADMK, would you believe that that's also post-poll alliances also should be seen under the same moral lens? Because they are not under the same legal lens.
Exactly.
Legal lens
Exactly.
puts
I
it
agree with
on
that.
defection.
Yeah, Veera, completely agree with that. So, see, let's just come to that scenario itself. 47 MLAs had signed a letter saying that Edappadi Palnichami is their leader. Where did that come from? Did they create this particular letter? No. Every one of the 47 MLAs were part of the deal wherein DMK and ADMK were coming together. Okay, let's be very clear on that. Suddenly, when that thing did not happen, 27 MLAs decided that they will go with CV Shanmugam and this guy, and then decided that they will be part of another group which is going to support the TVK. This is what happened. Even that is, as far as I am concerned, is not wrong. But the point is that they face disqualification as of today. To decide on, to not decide on a disqualification, to sit on forever on a disqualification, and then decide on this, trickle effect, inducing them to give their resignation in lieu of joining the party is corruption. There is no other word for it. This is immoral. This is not what the polity in Tamil Nadu has seen. Yes, 100%. Yes, there has been inducements in the past. It has never been as blatant as this. This has been never open as this. TVK is the most corrupt party in Tamil Nadu today. Not the ADMK. Not
Rajshekhar, respond to that. Respond to that strong statement before I get
he's talking everything blatantly. That is very, very wrong. Every press meet is there by that ADMK people who came out. That 25 MLAs, they have given a clear press meet that they are not happy about what Edappadi Palnichami moved to get into the power.
Why did they sign?
They have stated their disrespect.
They signed the dotted line.
Their leader. They have given their disrespect to their leader. They have disrespected their leader just because of this jackal move. They don't want it to be in the party.
They were all on
Who will
board. be
ready to be in a sinking ship, sir? Let them answer. Who is going to be riding in this sinking ship? ADMK is a sinking. ADMK is a sinking ship. Yes, ADMK is a sinking ship, and they are not happy with their leader. They are not satisfied with the actions and motives of their leader, Mr. Edappadi Palnichami. Many more people are going to come. Today, you are talking about four
the
MLAs.
point happens to
Every
be
district.
that
I'll tell you. Wait.
This is an afterthought.
Let me answer.
When they knew that the
I will answer. Let me wait.
Okay. Rajshekhar.
Okay, one second. Let me answer. 1 minute.
Suddenly they developed.
Let him answer. Quick answer.
Give me a minute.
Quite quickly.
I only have 2 minutes left. Quick answer.
They completely.
You are talking only about the 4 resigned MLAs. There are thousands and lakhs of ADMK members, ADMK office bearers are coming out of ADMK and joining TVK. Who are going to question them?
That's because you're in power now.
Right. Once they resign,
Sumant Raman, very brief response because I want to give the last word to A. Saravanan.
No. Look, Veera, however they spin this is horse trading. Whether it fits in within the legal definition or not, it does not matter. These people are going to contest as TVK candidates in the by-election. That's the deal, which everybody knows. Otherwise, let TVK come out with a statement saying they are not going to be contesting as TVK candidates. They can't say that because that is the deal. And that is whatever way you look at it. Look. Let me tell you one very, very important point. What happened in Madhya Pradesh? Jyotiraditya Scindia, Kamal Nath's government was running. There also, it never happened within weeks after the government was formed. It happened a year later. Kamal Nath's government, Jyotiraditya Scindia and another 20 odd others resigned. They all come out, they contest election. And what did everybody say? BJP is breaking the Congress. How is this any different? There is there it used to be called Operation Kamal. Here it is called Operation Whistle. That's all. There's no difference.
Just as the Congress had to quietly accept what happened with Operation Kamal in Madhya Pradesh or Karnataka, the DMK will have to accept what's happening in Tamil Nadu, because you may cry horse, but I think there is really nothing much that you can do if AIDMK MLAs are willing to resign and come, and the TVK can win by elections. There's nothing you can do legally. Saravanan.
Absolutely.
Veer, see, the position of the Congress. That is what is very pitiable. It has become untenable. Mrs. Srinidhi has pointed out why Mr. Rahul Gandhi is silent. When in Maharashtra, you question it as horse trading. In Madhya Pradesh, you call that as horse trading. You condemn it. Why not in the state of Tamil Nadu? Is it because you are in power? Are you so fond of power that you are willing to have double standards? And Ms. Jyotimani today has hit out against the Congress silence on this horse trading. She terms it as horse trading. So the Congress is digging itself deeper in the state of Tamil Nadu. I think they will be shown their place in the state of Tamil Nadu by what's going to happen in the near future.
Okay, so you're saying in the state of Tamil Nadu, but I will just conclude by saying that horse trading is an allegation you can make only if the horse is on the winning side. If the horse ends up on the losing side, it can be a completely different game. But I'll leave this conversation. Thanks very much, R.K. Radhakrishnan.
Thank you.
Yes. Right. We'll continue. I'll give you a final word very quickly, Sumant Raman. Horse trading or not, this is the reality. TVK can get an MLA over and they can win an election. So what's the problem?
Look, you have to understand that the party is just a 2-year-old party. Parties like the AIDMK have been around for 50 years. DMK has been around for 75 years. They've seen all of this. They've seen the ups and downs. So one electoral win makes a party behave in such an unethical manner. I think it's very, very unfortunate. There is no need, Veera. The whole point is this government is not in danger of falling. They have won a confidence vote. For 6 months, nothing can shake them. Even if those TVK and the VCK and others go, they still have the numbers. Nobody wants an election now. Why would you start procuring MLAs at this stage and spoil the reputation that you claim to have built? You said that you are a pure force. And within 3 weeks, it's falling apart. Look at some of your appointments of police officers and others. I mean, people are having serious doubts whether they made the right decision in voting for this government.
I'll have to, as I was telling you, I had to end this discussion because there is a huge bit of breaking news that's coming in at the moment from the state of Karnataka. I believe, according to our sources, Siddaramaiah, our reporter Deepak Bopanna is reporting that Siddaramaiah will resign in a couple of days, and he has been told to resign because the entire High Command was in favor of a transition of power. This is after all that conversation that happened in the national capital. Sources telling Deepak Bopanna that Siddaramaiah has been asked to move to the Rajya Sabha and will be resigning in a couple of days. Deepak Bopanna, what are you picking up?
Veera, with all certainty now, I can, tell our viewers that there is going to be a power transition. Today, there was a discussion about leadership. There was consensus in the High Command that right now, there needs to be a transition, and there was indeed, a sharing formula of sorts that needs to be adhered to. But the High Command was extremely respectful to the Chief Minister, to his contribution, and they don't want his contribution to end with his resignation as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. They want him in the national capital. They want him in the Rajya Sabha. As of now, there is no clear-cut discussions really about, him becoming the leader of the opposition as such. But that is a possibility in the days to come. But for now, they want him as an active participant in the Rajya Sabha, taking on the central government as a strong leader from the south. And he's going to be given a prominent voice. That is what I'm told. But in the next couple of days, he's expected to abide by what the High Command has told him. When the power sharing aspect was again brought up today, I'm told that there were once again discussions of that never happening. But the entire High Command, including Mr. Rahul Gandhi, was insistent that this transition is the need of the hour. And right now, it looks like Karnataka is set for a change and a new Chief Minister, and that is in all likelihood as of now, unless something dramatic happens, Mr. Siddaramaiah is going to relent, and Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is expected to take over as the new Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Well, that's a big bit of breaking news that you're giving, Deepak Bopanna. Sources from the Congress High Command, and I believe other networks will also follow this bit of big breaking news that you are giving us, that sources in the Congress High Command have told NDTV that Siddaramaiah will resign in a couple of days as Chief Minister. This could be an extremely important moment as far as Karnataka politics is concerned. Siddaramaiah to resign in a couple of days, according to sources in the Congress High Command telling NDTV, and then DK Shivkumar will replace him as Chief Minister. Of course, all this is coming in the way of information from sources reported by Deepak Bopanna right now. It's an extremely important bit of breaking news, Deepak, which we've been discussing all day. As far as Rajya Sabha is concerned, one was waiting for the final nominations of the Rajya Sabha vacancies and the Congress's nominees to come up before we had this decision come out. Do you believe it could happen in the next couple of days? Or do you believe it could be a little more prolonged than that? Will there be a meeting of MLAs? What are you hearing after that conversation perhaps you're picking up at KJ George's residence in New Delhi?
No, Veera, this is not going to drag on for longer. I'm pretty certain, from what I'm picking up from what the High Command's conversation has been with Mr. Siddaramaiah, that this is going to happen in the next couple of days. It could happen as early as day after tomorrow as well. But as of now, the next couple of days, Mr. Siddaramaiah is in all likelihood going to abide by the request that has come in from the High Command. And like I said, they've really here wanted him not to end his role in the Congress party by resigning as the Chief Minister, but begin a new role by moving to Delhi, become a part of the Rajya Sabha. This is not something that Mr. Siddaramaiah is very keen on, but there is a request that has been made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself, and that is what is in all likelihood going to prompt Mr. Siddaramaiah to take that decision Deepak, in that favor. So.
Deepak, some of the MLAs who are very close to Siddaramaiah told me.
Unexpected expense? Drafty's got your back. Borrowing £100 for a month costs less than £6. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
This summer, take on the 1 Million Step Challenge for Diabetes UK. Just over 10,000 steps a day, 3 months, one life-changing challenge. Step for a happier, healthier you. Step for your loved ones. Step for everyone affected by diabetes. From the 1st of July, pound the pavement. And every pound you raise will help fund life-changing research and support. Because when you move, we move for everyone living with diabetes. So, sign up for the 1 Million Step Challenge. Just search Step for Diabetes and take that life-changing first step today.
AutoSerge automatically checks for ways to save on your car and home insurance, so the hard work is done for you. The Compare the Market app, the simplest way to save.
With O2, pick up the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with the world's first privacy display. Plus, claim Galaxy Buds 4 worth £159. And with O2 Satellite, you can stay connected in more places than ever before. O2, essential for living.
No child should suffer the torture of trachoma, but so many are in pain right now. Nananga's lashes have turned inwards. They rip and tear away at his eyes. Pamelo's sight could be gone forever. He's just 3 years old. Kofanga screams for his mother. His eyes are so infected that he can't even see her. For so many children in the world's poorest countries, trachoma is torture. It's a painful infection often spread by flies, and it's destroying children's eyesight. But it could be stopped if you help today. By calling 0800 038 4926 and giving £1 a week to Sightsavers, you can help make sure children get the treatment they desperately need. You'll help us bring them the medicines and the care that can treat infections. And that means you'll be helping to save children from the torture of trachoma and a life of blindness. Please help us reach them. Call 0800 038 4926. Text C13 to 82727 or go online and give just £1 a week now. Because we need you to help save the sight of children like Nananga. We need you to help save them from the torture of trachoma.
Deborah, stop horsing around. Let's play Zebra Bingo. With branded bingo rooms like Fluffy Favourites Bingo, Deal or No Deal Bingo, and Clover Rollover Bingo. And more classic bingo games than you could shake your tail at. There's over £6.5 million in bingo prizes to be won every month on the Bingo Network. Come on, let's play Zebra Bingo.
With Virgin Media, get smooth, lightning-fast M125 broadband for under £24 a month. Suddenly. And no setup fee. Plus, switching is easy. We'll handle everything for you. Visit virginmedia.com.
Now I'm retired, I can spend more time with my grandson. I'm proud of him and want to help any way I can. Which reminds me.
Welcome to British Seniors, the UK's #1 rated provider of over 50s life insurance.
Hi, I'd like a quick quote.
No problem. We're proud to offer our seniors lifetime guarantee. With 100% of claims having been paid, we guarantee your premiums will never go up and that you'll speak to one of our specialists in the UK.
Well, that's good to know.
UK residents aged 50 to 80 are guaranteed to be accepted. Depending on your age, your loved ones can get a cash payout up to £10,000.
And that money can help with my funeral costs or even be used as a gift. I'll do it.
Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive a £135 gift card and free 24/7 GP advice and health services.
Thanks, Mum, for everything.
Be proud to protect your loved ones with British Seniors. To get a free quote today, call our UK team on 0800 158 552 or visit britishseniors.co.uk.
Championing women is at the heart of ActionAid, standing side by side with women like Gloria, who fled conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo to find refuge in Uganda.
Gloria, man atie oring luiny.
And Leocadia, who fled the war in Ukraine to find safety in Poland.
Меня зовут Леокадия, а еще я бежен.
1 in 67 people have been forcibly displaced from their homes, and women and girls are often amongst the most vulnerable. With ActionAid support, Gloria trained as a tailor and inspired others to follow. And Leocadia created a cooking academy to help other refugees earn an income. ActionAid works with women-led organisations to provide vital support to refugee women and girls. Call the number on screen now to give £3 a month. You can provide women with the tools they need to rebuild their lives, empower their community, and find hope after crisis. From Uganda to Poland, different countries, same determination.
Помогаем от первого шага. Это гуманитарная помощь до тех пор, пока не встанет на ноги.
Stand with women, across borders, side by side. Call now on 0800 035 5605 or visit our website to give £3 a month to ActionAid. Thank you.
With Virgin Media, get smooth, lightning-fast M125 broadband for under £24 a month. Suddenly. And no setup fee. Plus, switching is easy. We'll handle everything for you. Visit virginmedia.com.
Some people think life slows down in your 50s, but I've got a few rounds left to go. And I don't want my lot to have to worry about funeral costs. Let them spend their money on nicer things. So I decided to learn more about over 50s life insurance from Cover Today. Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period, unlike other insurers who could make you wait up to 2 years for full cover. With Cover Today, you're fully covered. from day one. And you're covered for the whole of your life. Plus, unlike other things in life, the price never goes up. Go online or talk to their friendly UK team in just one phone call.
Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period and no annoying trips to the doctors either. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Now I'm with Cover Today, I can get on with something much more interesting.
To find out more about Cover Today, call our friendly UK team on 0800 380 0060 or visit covertoday.co.uk.
Pets. Cute, but pricey. For unexpected moments, Drafty's got your back. Drafty Flex is like a handy pot of cash when you need it, with credit up to £3,000 and money sent to your bank in 90 seconds. Borrowing £100 for 30 days costs under £6. Be prepared for the unexpected with Drafty. Good boy. Apply at drafty.co.uk.
Deborah, stop horsing around. Let's play Zebra Bingo. With branded bingo rooms like Fluffy Favourites Bingo, Deal or No Deal Bingo, and Clover Rollover Bingo. And more classic bingo games than you could shake your tail at. There's over £6.5 million in bingo prizes to be won every month on the Bingo Network. Come on, let's play Zebra Bingo.
Championing women is at the heart of ActionAid, standing side by side with women like Gloria, who fled conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo to find refuge in Uganda.
Gloria, man atie oring luiny.
And Leocadia, who fled the war in Ukraine to find safety in Poland.
Меня зовут Леокадия, а еще я бежен.
1 in 67 people have been forcibly displaced from their homes, and women and girls are often amongst the most vulnerable. With ActionAid support, Gloria trained as a tailor and inspired others to follow. And Leocadia created a cooking academy to help other refugees earn an income. ActionAid works with women-led organisations to provide vital support to refugee women and girls. Call the number on screen now to give £3 a month. You can provide women with the tools they need to rebuild their lives, empower their community, and find hope after crisis. From Uganda to Poland, different countries, same determination.
Помогаем от первого шага, это гуманитарная помощь, до тех пор, пока не встанет на ноги.
Stand with women, across borders, side by side. Call now on 0800 035 5605 or visit our website to give £3 a month to ActionAid. Thank you.
Just because my kids are growing up and have little ones of their own doesn't mean family life slows down. I'm busier than ever. Now that I'm in my 60s, I want to make sure that my family has enough to cover my funeral costs and other expenses when I'm no longer around. That's why I decided to learn more about over 50s life insurance from Cover Today. They're the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period. Unlike other insurers who could make you wait up to 2 years, with Cover Today, you're fully covered from day one, and you're covered for the whole of your life. Plus, unlike other things in life, the price never goes up. Learning more couldn't be simpler. Go online or talk to their friendly UK team in just one phone call.
Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period and no annoying trips to the doctors either.
Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Now I'm with Cover Today, I can get on with something much more interesting.
To get a free life insurance quote, call our friendly UK team on 0800 542 1545 or visit covertoday.co.uk.
How things finally settle and how the dust settles on this decision, it won't be easy, most certainly. Two big leaders, an excess of personality, a very public power tussle that has played out over the last few years since that handsome election victory in 2023. So how is it going to be managed is going to be the big question. But all the loose ends of communicating the High Command's decision have at least been tied up. That is for sure. And we are expecting a resignation from Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the next couple of days. Jainendra, quickly bringing you in, where are the leaders right now? Has Mr. Siddaramaiah left? What about DK Shivakumar? Are there any more meetings before they depart and leave back for Karnataka?
Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is right now at KJ George, Delhi's residence, and along with him, 4 other ministers, G. Parmeshwar and some other ministers are also present, and they all are having tea and discussing naturally the political scenario. 2 MLAs are also present inside. This is the house of Minister KJ George, and as per information, CM Siddaramaiah will be leaving in a short while from now, and he's supposed to reach Bengaluru tonight. As far as DK is concerned, DK Shivkumar is at Karnataka Bhavan right now, and the decision has been taken, the message has been conveyed, so no meeting tomorrow. Just we all are waiting for the next step, that when and how Siddaramaiah will resign. And as our colleague Deepak Bopanna is reporting that he is going to resign in next 2 days, naturally he will have to tender his resignation to governor, and after that new government will take oath, and top contender for CM post is DK Shivkumar. So DK Shivkumar will take oath as new chief minister. So all these action will be unfolding in next coming days. But after the big meeting and big message from leadership, right now Siddaramaiah is meeting with his close ministers in Delhi, and after some time he will leave for Bengaluru.
Okay, Deepak, I know now that the High Command has spoken, both sides will have to comply with what they've instructed. But is there any sense that you're getting on how the MLAs who have done all this power projecting so far, how are they going to be managed? Because there were very clearly 2 camps in the Karnataka Congress and the Karnataka government. How is that going to be managed now? Is that Randeep Singh Surjewala's job, or is it up to the 2 leaders, Siddaramaiah and DK?
Well, in a situation like this, the High Command would want the leaders themselves to control, their supporters, the MLAs who really back them, who've been vocal. Now, in the past, you've seen, the supporters of Mr. DK Shivkumar, who have come out openly, started making statements against him, and Mr. DK Shivkumar, as the KPCC chief, in fact, issued, show cause notices to them. Now, with Mr. Siddaramaiah being asked to step down, there is going to be a lot of dissatisfaction, and it's going to be a lot of MLAs who are going to be disgruntled. But we should also understand, Shiv, that power is not permanent, and in politics, everyone is aspiring to do something, and they know that once if Mr. DK Shivkumar is at the helm of affairs, they will also have to bank on him to probably give them positions either in the cabinet in the future, boards and corporations, and various other demands and requests will have to be made to him. So it's only a matter of time when the transition becomes smoother, but it's not going to be without the initial hiccups. You can rest assured there is going to be some sort of drama that will play out. But if Mr. Siddaramaiah himself, of course, graciously does step down here, then it's going to be much smoother. But if there is going to be some sort of a that's left in him, which says that, well, the High Command may want this to happen, but I'm not going to do this, then things could get very ugly. That is a remote possibility at this point in time, because I'm told that the way that the conversation was with Mr. Siddaramaiah, it was giving him the utmost respect to make this transition very smooth, not to make this ugly. That's the reason nobody there wanted to come out in front of the media and even say that there was a discussion about leadership, because any conversation around leadership, around change, they're hoping that it comes out from Mr. Siddaramaiah himself. That is, it's about him willingly doing it. You will not hear any statement from any of them about this, especially from Mr. DK Shivkumar.
Veera's got some more information. Veera, go ahead.
Shiv, I just spoke with somebody who's very close to Siddaramaiah, who's confirmed again, it looks like this. Yes, it is looked like this. Don't quote me, but it does look like that. I think the camp around Siddaramaiah was extremely confident when they went from here to New Delhi. They thought this was all going to be about cabinet reshuffle. But I think this is a new sense as far as the Congress is concerned, Shiv. Biting the bullet as far as Kerala is concerned, many believed that the indication was that there had to be decisive leadership question answered as far as Karnataka is concerned. One thought that the decisiveness could be about having a cabinet reshuffle and telling categorically that Siddaramaiah will be the chief minister for 2 years without upsetting status quo at that level. But I think it's categorical that the Congress wants a younger leadership, but it wants to take Siddaramaiah along. It's not making the mistakes of Rajasthan. This is Rahul Gandhi stepping in, categorically stating that, look, Siddaramaiah has to step down. And as I was pointing out earlier, it was clear all along, Shiv, that if it came to Rahul Gandhi deciding and saying affecting a power change in Karnataka, Siddaramaiah would abide by it. I think Siddaramaiah will abide by this. The question of what he's going to be given, because that's important for the Congress's optics, what his loyalists are going to get as far as the cabinet is concerned. You've got 2 years left. And also, I think the next change of guard and what's going to happen, if it's going to be DK Shiv Kumar, how are the rest of the power lobbies going to be accommodated, has been discussed, and I think it'll be a smooth transition. That's the sense I'm getting from the Siddaramaiah camp at the moment.
So it could be a smooth transition, and that at least, Veera, is what the High Command is hoping for. But Siddaramaiah is a leader who has the capacity to give the High Command and the Congress in general a significant amount of pain. So managing his mood is very important, isn't it, Veera?
Oh, absolutely. A very senior journalist who worked as media advisor to Siddaramaiah had once told me that, look, he's an anarchist. If he loses it, you never know what he will do. He is somebody, but then he's also not in his prime, Shiv. If the same conversation had happened between 2013 and 2018, I'd have said, no way. Earlier, no way. But Siddaramaiah is not in his prime. He knows that he has to let go. He has served a record by being the longest serving Chief Minister of Karnataka. I think the Congress has stood its end of bargain to Siddaramaiah. It's up to him right now to stand his end of the bargain. The state needed clarity. Irrespective of what was going to happen, the state needed clarity. And I don't think he wants his legacy to be one of the man who upset the Congress at this stage as far as this state is concerned. So I think it's also the question of what his loyalists are going to get and the optics of how he's going to play perhaps a larger national role. I'm not sure of the Delhi role because, Shiv, because of the Hindi impediment that he has. I'm not sure of a leader of opposition role in the Rajya Sabha, but that's all been in the realm of speculation. But I think it's pretty clear that the Siddaramaiah camp and Siddaramaiah himself have veered down to stepping down and moving out and giving way for a change of guard in Karnataka.
Interesting. You know, he leaves for Karnataka tonight. As we understand it from Deepak's news break, the resignation will take place a couple of days from now. So this week, the change of guard in Karnataka is definitely going to happen.